And then we're recording.
Hello
I'm not.
there.
I'm not even gonna edit. I'm going straight into it. Hello, hello, everyone. How are we doing?
Hey.
This. Oh. uh,
Hello. Sorry. I didn't mean
hello.
to interrupt you there, CJ. Sorry. Oh man. You
We're
go
just.
for it. You say
We're
hello.
we're like a womp 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 womp.
All
It,
right, man. So I'm still playing with it. I don't even care.
oh,
It's fun.
it seems like this will be the future one day. We will be some like floating orb thing, like in Futurama, they always have like some intelligent higher being, and it's just like it has no like it's just a color or something.
Yeah, now I'm seeing robot eyes,
Oh, yeah, him too.
like
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you seen like where it says movie reviews? It's like a little mouth.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But
Ben is
it's
a little
like
like a little Hitler mustache or a little mole right there. It is.
you're the mole. I'm the mustache.
You're a mole. All right.
You're a
Well,
mole. I didn't. I
hello.
didn't even notice the names until you pointed it out. Thanks for breaking the illusion. Ooh,
Ooh, Barracuda.
shots fired.
Pop, 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 pop. You want smoke? You want smoke? That's what we do. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Side by Side Movies Podcast, the show where two buddies have an open discussion about two movies that have something in common. I'm your host, CJ Robles.
Then I've been Garrett. Hello, hello.
Hello, 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 Ben.
Oh no, I don't feel like doing an English accent right. I don't know why. I can't tell you exactly why, but it would hurt me right now if I
Oh,
did
we
that.
just I bet.
Hey, I bet. Damn it, you got me.
I hate
You
that
got
guy.
me. I hate that guy.
So today
Yeah.
we're doing. I'm having some technical difficulties because just like everything made by humans, anything man-made has a 1% chance of error. And as I need everything to work for me this weekend, and I'm doing a film competition right in a couple hours, it basically just does the whole like Murphy's Law. If you're gonna shoot a film, everything's gonna stop working. Everything, even my shows. My show, I had to cancel another show today because I was like nothing's working. I can't do title cards. So I'm gonna go back and edit this. Well, I'm not editing this out, but thank you for tuning into our show. We'll get started. So we are doing two movies today that we got here from Dirty Work from Norm Macdonald, a tribute, R.I.P. Norm. We did because of Artie Lang because he's in Dirty Work. We did a movie, his movie Beer League. It is Beer League 2006, rated R, 1 hour 26 minutes, comedy sport. An unemployed slacker inspires his softball teammates to improve their game so they won't get kicked out of the local league. Director Frank Sebastiano, writers Frank Sebastiano and Artie Lang, stars Artie Lang, Ralph Macchio, and Anthony DeSando. And we are watching it next to another beer movie, another movie
Mhm.
that is very, very, I guess, by a group of gentlemen that we like to follow, the Broken Lizard guys. We're
Ooh,
doing Beerfest,
yep.
2006, rated R, 1 hour 50 minutes. Comedy. Two brothers travel to Germany for Oktoberfest, only to stumble upon a secret, centuries-old competition described as Fight Club with beer games. Director Jay Sandershekard, writers Jay Sandershekard, Kevin Heffernan, and Steve Lemmy. Once again, they are the stars: Jay Sandershekard, Kevin Heffernan, and Steve Lemmy. So I'm playing Beer League, and you're playing Beerfest, right?
Oh no, I got on beer league too. I figured we'd be on the same page. And I'd just like to say, normally the start of our show is a a little bit more put together. I guess is a good way to put it. We normally have all this displayed out for you, so you can see it on the screen. We talk about it too. That way, if you hear it. But I just wanted to bring that up because just like this show, we have Artie Lang's Beer Fest, which if you look it up on Wikipedia, that's what it's called. Artie Lang's. Oh, Beer Fest. Beer League.
Beer League,
Damn.
yeah.
Messed that up. Sorry, people. But yeah, no. Beer League, man. Golly. It is it's something. All right. This is written by Artie Lang, right? That's what you
Mhm,
said.
mhm,
And then Frank Sebastiano, is it Frank? Is that right?
mhm.
Yeah, he wrote Dirty Work. Did you see that? He was
So we
the
have a
writer of Yeah, he's a
repeat
repeat
offender.
offender.
Repeat
Yeah,
offender.
as far as writing goes, yes. Um and of course, with Beer Fest, we are going to have repeat offenders because we've had Super Troopers 2, and Slam and Salmon. So this is our fourth Broken Lizard movie. So Yeah, right. And so I guess that means that we're next week for October. We're just gonna have to do Club Dread
Hmm.
and
And you're definitely right about that. And somehow we have to bring in
and
Ryan,
Scary Movie too because we've already done Scary Movie.
which is our least watched show, but I think that one's gonna age very well in about 4 years. That one's gonna be listened to a lot.
Well, whenever Scream 5 comes out, that's when we'll really be booming on that one.
Hell yeah,
Uh
we're planting our seeds now.
planting
Um,
seeds.
what was I gonna say? Why am I just like break all the rules on our show, right? This is what we do.
Yeah.
We have no rules. We don't know what the hell we're doing. We just show up and we talk.
What rule you breaking there, CJ?
I'm breaking rule 108 subsection B dash 4AX. Not doing a plug for my local grocery store.
Okay. Yeah.
I should plug in this corporate monster. No, I'm joking. But anyways, beer other unlike corporate, Beer League is an independent film.
Oh, it has to be, man, because this is and I mean this in the best possible. This is a dirty movie. This is a grungy, just like who wrote this, who did this kind of movie, and it's Artie Lang. Like, God help him. I mean, but to his credit, and why we have no zero on this score is he went out, he made a movie. He made a movie that was fun to him, a movie that has uh you know what's his name, is it Simon Kessel, what
Who-
Castle,
Which guy?
the repeat offender, the older
Oh, the
gentleman
older gentleman. Yeah, I forget his
from
name.
Dirt,
Yeah,
uh
there. Seymour Castle.
Seymour Castle. He is a repeat offender from Stuck
Stuck
on
on
You.
you,
Yeah, man, and he is hilarious in this movie.
dude. He's
uh
ruthless. He's
he
like,
really is.
would you consider this a slice of life movie?
Yes. Oh yeah, man. This is totally a day in the life of he what he doesn't have a job, right? Is that
He needs to be a foreman. Remember?
oh yeah. Yeah.
So
So a longshoreman. That's right.
Sherman. Sherman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
longshoreman.
for
And
9 years.
he actually did that.
But
I
that's
looked it up. Artie Lang actually did that. So um
there's a lot of realness to it. There's a lot of realness to this movie. I mean, a ton.
yeah,
The fact that it is made by a guy from Jersey that actually went to LA and made it on Matt TV was making it. The thing I love about Artie Lang is one, he's a funny stand up, but also he's an honest guy. Like, he just tells you as it is. Like, hey, but then in Hollywood, and they don't like that stuff. And
yeah.
this guy struggled. I'm at that part where Dirk goes, "What do you don't eyeball me, tough guy? I fuck bigger guys in the joint theater," and then everybody's
You
like,
just say
but the jokes, the hilarious part, yeah, Ari Lang goes, "Did he just say fuck guys?" Like there's a lot of jokes in this, but this is a very playful movie. Like if you're from Jersey and you see this movie, you got to be like, "Ah, you shitting me?" Like, look, they're making fun of me, or they're like, and this has a small town feel to it. This feels like my
yeah,
hometown.
yeah.
Definitely feels like my hometown, and also like I play in a basketball league. They do a softball league, which I have. Well, I'll just throw it out there. I already play in the gay basketball league, the AGBL. I reached out to my buddy, the one that got me into AGBL. I reached out to him. I was like, "Yo, they're not bringing basketball back anytime soon. I don't feel it. So I see you're in the softball league. Let me get in the gay softball league." And you know what this dude was like? "Okay, we're gonna have to try you out. Try me out. I should."
Oh, I guess you could do softball because everybody's spread out.
Yeah, we're outside.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll do. I played softball one season at Texas State, and I was like the best pitcher because I was the only one that removed. They said they're like the only guy.
Oh man.
But I did like that season, that league, and that was funny because
Yeah,
that
I was too on a softball league.
how'd that go for you?
Oh, I played, so it was a beer league. No joke, in college. They no longer have beer leagues. Probably in no small part thanks to some of the the teams that we had going and some of the antics that we got into. But regardless, man. Yeah, man. It was so much fun. We were the Purple Drinks. That was our name. My nickname was Roofalin. Uh, yeah, because I back in college I dressed up like
A roofie?
Alan. I will know Alan off The Hangover, right?
Okay.
Um, and so I guess they associated that with with the Roofalin. Roofalin. What the
Yeah,
hell's Roofalin?
you better off landing up on the floor than the roof or the
Yeah,
something like
yeah, exactly. But it was like Roof A Lynn. So it was spelled out like that. I think I still have my T-shirt um, from back in the day, but a lot of good times there. I showed up to a lot of the games. I played probably in like three or four of them. Mainly just showed up to the after parties and just kind of drank with people whenever I could. It was either work or something like that. But I played very little. Had a lot of fun though.
No,
I,
I took it serious. I was all competitive. I went like I was like number 8 or 9 at bat. I wasn't the last one, but I know I wasn't like I was already at the end. And they what do you call it? I was the first guy. I got a triple when I went to bat, and they're like, I did not see that coming. Like what I heard somebody say that on the sideline. I did not see him being able to do that.
yeah,
Or,
I think I saw a ball go past me once. Uh,
I think what it was is because the players that we had, because we had an ex like Jugo players and D3 players on our team, and they were big dudes, but they couldn't hit the ball because they were trying to kill it and it's so slow. Like to them, they're used to something fast and they couldn't get to it. So by the time I was just too slow, so I could just hit it. It was easy for me. I never
yeah,
struck out in slow pitch softball. And then I like to have the character. What's his the like all the
yeah.
guys.
He's keeping score. He's keeping his
Oh no,
batting average the entire time.
that's Johnny. That's Johnny Torino, played by Jimmy Palumbo.
Yeah.
He what do you call it? I actually like his character a lot, like the best
Me
friend.
too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
Because he's like, this kid sucks at dancing. I don't understand. Like, I thought that was so
atrocious.
hilarious. Yeah, it's
It's,
atrocious. Yeah, just
it's
like
atrocious.
the. I think that's what's so interesting about this movie is like I feel like the side characters are written very well, but Artie Lang's character is just it's him. Like
Yeah.
it's that's I feel like that's literally him. But like I said, could be wrong about that. Uh, it just that I feel like very strongly that is the case. Not necessarily even an over exaggeration. Like that's I think that's what made all the other characters
They play off
kind of
him.
pop out.
They played off of him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, it's written by Artie Lang. So, yeah, I guess they could play off of him whenever he's, going through. He's like, hey, I need you to act like this. But I feel like this movie it's a very natural feeling movie. And Ralph Macchio's in it. That's cool.
Yeah.
Uh, so, yeah, man. I always, every time I hear that name, Ralph Macchio, it reminds me of How I Met Your Mother. Like, Ralph Macchio is not the hero of Karate Kid,
That's right.
you know?
Barry. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
always he changes it, and then all those Facebook like videos started coming out how Danny's the
And
bad
that's
guy.
that's why Cobra Kai got made.
Oh, it's awesome! I haven't even seen it.
Thanks.
I need to watch it. Actually, what's
I
his
haven't
name?
seen it either.
I need to watch it. What's his
Danny
name?
Danny Zuko, that's his name. I could right no, dude, that what am I thinking? That's Grease. Jesus. I'm way off base. Excuse me.
Oh, I'm trying to get my. I'm before I put the thumbnail up. I've been trying to like I'm listening to you, but I'm trying to get my. I don't understand why my computer won't save, but I'm trying to show the image of. So I'm just gonna share what I of what do you
Yeah,
call it?
describe it.
No, it's right here. Check it out. It's
Oh.
for my softball league. So here we go. So you see how that got that? Check it out.
Oh,
You see that?
look at that.
You see that's what 2000 November 9th, 2005. Tankers softball '04 bitches. See that right there? That was us, man. That was we're missing a lot of people in that and that actually
Oh wow. Did you see that never ending computer screen that we just had there?
yeah, it's infinity
Yeah.
infinity. But what do you call it? But
Infimity.
Amity. But like that was fun. That year I think we played like 8 games, and I think we lost like the first 6, and then we just kept getting better and better and better. And we think I believe we won the last 2, and they're against the undefeated team. So we beat like the hardest team and the second hardest team, and then we gave them their first loss when then they played or something like that. But we were like, oh crap, we can win the playoffs, and then we because everybody makes the playoffs. We were last place, but we got stomped in the first. Like I think that was that game where we got stomped. Actually,
Yeah.
I got dude, they hit a home run off me 2 in a row, and I didn't want to pitch anymore. I was like, these guys cranked them out on me. Like that was a horrible feeling. Like I was like, I just throw it up there and I have pretty good accuracy. They just kind of hit it, but these guys killed it. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I tried to switch positions. They didn't let me.
Oh yeah, man. No, I just got hammered.
Yeah,
Uh, I have no stories like that. I drank a lot. Um, that's the best I got from my softball league. A lot of good people, a lot of fun times.
I think for the most part, just like
It was almost like a uh was it like a I don't even know. I don't know, man. It was a crazy time.
I can't. I
Crazy
didn't
time.
drink. I don't drink and play sports because my body will cramp or something. So I don't play basketball and drink.
Oh, dude, neither did I, but I was there. I did not
Yeah,
play one bit, but
yeah.
I drank and I was there, and that is just it's honestly, man, if beer league would be us 10 years later. Like if we were still playing like if we were going to continue down that path and we were I don't even want to say degenerates, but that's the best for lack of a better term. We would enjoy in the debauchery if we continued that debaucherous lifestyle. This is where we would eventually be.
Yeah, we'd be gone.
If we continued being our college selves and never grew up, this is our, you know, 10 years later kind of deal.
And this movie has a very realness to me, like to where I grew up. This is how it feels like on the border. I feel like this is like a small town, like on the border. I mean, even on the my favorite part is like it's everything like Artie Lang. Like it just shows you how much he loves baseball and softball. And I kind of feel like with his addiction because an addict, I believe, and he like playing baseball. They look down on it, like oh, this guy's like 35 and he lives at home and stuff. But I'm like, man, I still play the basketball leagues. I still and that helps me just kind of keep my cool and understand.
No, man, I think wasn't he like 35 and dirty work, and this is like 10 years later.
Oh yeah. Well, no, but they said that the what do you call it? Johnny
Oh,
tells him you're 35 and you're like
oh,
you live with
okay.
your mom. There's like it's a dialogue piece of dialogue. But what do you call it? But even like the relationship he has, like with like the way they talk, the whole
No.
the whole is like but there are a lot of there are a lot of actors in this movie and actresses that have kind of had a career.
Yeah.
I mean Tina Fey's in this movie for crying out
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah. It's a small throwaway deal. Now, she was pregnant too, right?
Yeah.
So this guy's just getting everybody pregnant.
That who is?
Is that the thing? The gym owner, is he just impregnating everybody there?
He's getting everybody herpes.
That too, but wasn't Tina Fey pregnant whenever and then
Probably, yeah.
he was talking about like somebody else being pregnant too?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that it could have been his. Like I didn't even think
Yeah.
about that. Yeah, like she's
Yeah.
all miserable because she like he
Well,
she.
and yeah, because she
That's a
says
good.
something
That's
about
a
it.
good. That's a
Yeah.
good way. Yeah, yeah. Because she's only in
And
there. You're
there's
right.
yeah, and I mean there's a lot of funny gag, or I wouldn't even say gags, but like this felt like dirty work as well. And like I said, the director of this film is also the writer of Dirty Work, so that would make sense. But it almost seems like it took a while to get to that point,
Yeah.
like but uh, it had kind of like I wouldn't even say recurring jokes. But yeah, like the mom walking in, I guess that's one, and his mom just being there through everything. And that's who Lori Metcalf. So she was on Roseanne, all that good stuff.
Yeah, she's in it. Yeah, she's on the Connors. It's like,
Yeah, yeah, dude, isn't that crazy? Like how Roseanne got written off of her own show.
and it's still around.
It's still around, and like not, I wouldn't say thriving, but it's like on the third season, second or third
I
season.
know. Like, come on, really? Like,
Yeah, but I mean, it has one of the kids from Shameless in it. Debbie, she was hey, so they're always talking like the gabagool and always
oh
speaking a
yeah, the
little Italian and
gabagool.
everything. Yeah, you know what's funny is I watched the Mini Saints of Newark. Uh, I just wanted to see what's about.
What's
So
up?
I just watched the scene where Artie was drinking a beer and he just they hit a ball to him and he just
It doesn't
looked
even,
past it.
yeah,
He
it's just
just
like that.
missed it.
Yeah.
Not today, asshole. Like this really is a funny movie, man. Uh it's but it's just like you said, the realism is definitely there. Like it almost at times it's just kind of like, oh man, it it doesn't hold back, I guess, you
I
know?
love that. Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
hold back from the punches. And you're right. This is like Artie Lang, like how he really is in his environment, which I
Yeah.
love.
And you know what's interesting too is, oh gosh, what's his name? Let's see here. Let me look it up. But anyway, yeah, man, this movie, I can't. I think this is the first time I'd ever seen it all the way through, and because I had seen it like here and there, so I. So I'm at the part where she's eating the salad, and he's like, he has all this food and everything.
Yeah, he orders for and what are you getting? I'm getting the gnocchi and the
Yeah, he's like,
and the
that's me
pasta.
too.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm
Uh,
at that part. I'm actually at that
Jerry
part.
Jerry Minor, that's who I'm talking about. Uh, he's in this, and whenever they go to the jail, whenever they go to jail at the beginning, and they're all out of the cell, and he's
Why am
just
I?
sitting there like, "Why am I in the cell?" Like, and that's I thought his character was very interesting too. They were able to bring up the race issue, but still do it in a playful manner, but
Well, I
still
love
addressing it. Like I thought that was
Well,
very
I
interesting.
love it because it's a fish out of water, but he's accepted. He's one of
Yeah,
them, you know?
yeah,
And the whole black thing is just like, it's a joke, like, it's not really like, they're making fun of, like, real life things, like, why
yeah.
that would probably be a thing. They would arrest even, like, we get to know Tim so well, even, like, he sleeps with, Linda
Yeah,
too, like,
and it's just like, why is this is a terrible thing? Why? Because I'm black? No, it's because you're married. Like, and I was thinking back to myself, I was like, did he have a wife? I know was she doing a stroller? Like,
Yes, yes, yes.
damn, dude. Like, and it's just so it's funny, man.
It's so
It
real.
really is.
And then and, like, in my hometown, small hometown, and they're all a lot of hometowns too, because like, when I go hang out with other people back in the day, and then I'd be like, "Oh, so and so's dating so and so," and I was like, "Oh, they're still like that's like the same little like high school thing." Is this movie picks up on. The one thing I did want to say is like with Tim, Jerry Minor, and Ralph Macchio's character,
Mhm.
Maze. I'm a little bit like both of those guys when I go back home. A lot of people would kind of try to paint me as Magnanelli because there's always like that kind of that smooth talking kind of guy in the on the on these small towns. And I know because they're a little bit taller, leaner, thinner, and I know some people would like try to like make me be like that. I'm totally not like that guy, but I can see how like because he's a total prick, but he's like a complete prick. And
Yeah.
but he does a great job, man. I even like the fact that he wears like a bikini, like they show him like he's so metro and shit. Oh god, I'm
Yeah.
at the part where he gets the job for the landscaping, and he can I get can I get your dietitian? Like he's out of shape. Like what does he tell him? Where he tells him, he goes, "Think you can handle it?" And he goes, "You're not the best of shape. I'll give it a shot, but you better give me the name of your dietitian because the guy's fatter than him." And that's the guy from The Sopranos.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
He got a lot of good. I mean, we could go through this crew real quick. He got a lot of like real like Jersey type Italian kind of dudes.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man.
Even I was
Uh,
looking up Frank
the
Pellegrino, Gina's dad. I was like, that guy's got to be a famous guy. He unfortunately he passed away January 31st, 2017. So shout out, he was 72. He's from Eastern Harlem, New York City was where he was born, and then he was buried in I guess or died in Manhattan. But it says Frank Pellegrino was born on May 19th, 1944, in Eastern Harlem, New York City, New York, USA, as Frank Joseph Pellegrino. He was an actor and producer known for Goodfellas, Mickey Blue Eyes, and Manhattan Murder Mysteries. So he was a big deal. So he was in his
Yeah.
movie. That's pretty. That's a
So he's
respect.
a repeat offender from Goodfellas.
Hmm.
This is what we're getting there. Wow.
That's awesome, right? Like, and then like, I mean, I don't, we haven't hit, we hit Tennessee with Soul, but that was a side note. But other than that, like,
Yeah.
it's kind of
We
cool.
have Seymour Castle, Joe Later.
Triglio,
Yeah, that one.
Triglio. He's
Thank you. He.
he's a repeat offender from my I Love You Man.
Yep.
Man, and I remember that story I told you about him, like where he he came to the pizza, my buddy's pizza place. It was like, okay, you know who I am. I'll keep you open later, not tip you
Oh,
extra.
yeah. Yeah. Right. Isn't that funny? Bringing that up again till you tip, buddy. Um, we don't take kindly to non-tippers around here.
I guess he tipped, but he didn't tip. But he thought my friend thought he should have tipped more.
Yeah, we expect at least 20%, especially for staying open later, for sure.
I'll tell you this though, and I will since I have a 9 years in the business. Remember, I say only 20% if you give 20%. No understanding that you. If I go in, you want that 20%, dude, just don't mess up. It's easy. I
Yeah.
write everything down. I would write everything down, and now that I work the tech booth, I write everything down just so notes because it's just easier to stay. I know some places they're like, no, you need to go to the table and memorize. I'm like, ah, fuck that. I'll still write it down. But anyways, I'm looking at it's Anthony DeSando is a Magnanelli. Man, he I guess he's more of a independent actor. His top four movies are a. It's not even this movie's not even one of his top four. It's a guild of to recognizing youth or your saints. It's got like Channing Tatum on it. I think it's a Money Monster and it's 2016 and Party Girl 1995 and Out of Justice 1991. He plays Vinny Madano. He's
Hmm.
Vinny.
Vinny.
Hey,
No,
hey.
so the love interest in this one is she's actually in Stranger Things, and she's Karen Wheeler. So like the mom who's gonna hook up with the pool boy in I don't know if you watched that, but
No, I haven't. I own
very
it.
very
I
very
own
interesting.
the first two. I bought the DVDs, but I haven't watched them yet.
It's good. It's good. Yeah, I think what there's 3 seasons. Season 4 is coming out.
It says
I think
here
I think
on
I
Stranger
think
Things
next year.
2016 to 2022, so I guess they're cutting it off already at 2022.
They might. The kids are getting older, so that's probably why. Um,
No, why? Harry Potter
yeah,
syndrome. No, do we need to stay
yeah,
young forever?
exactly. Well, and that's the thing too is like they had that planned out with Harry Potter, like, and I think they had it planned out with Stranger Things too. But then the pandemic hit and everything got pushed back, and
And they came back
so
all, hey,
yeah, exactly. You know,
my
because
voice.
I mean, you had what was that Finn Wolf
Wolf House?
yeah
Wolf House?
von Wolfhausen?
Valhunhausen?
Uh, no, he's going to be in the new Ghostbusters. I mean, he was in it
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
2000.
He did a great job in it. He played a really,
Yeah,
really good job.
and that was like 2017. So that's only
17.
like he was doing Stranger Things, and well, it was probably a year before
His
that.
name is Finn Wolfhard. He's no Wolfhouse.
Yes, exactly. But no, man, he's a great actor. I like him a lot. All those kids in it, I feel like did a really good
They
job.
did. They're all, I've only met
Him
one.
him and Eddie Kasprek are, I think, the best cast out of the bunch. After listening to the book, those two are the best cast out of the bunch.
Dude, that
Even Bill with the stutter. If they had him stutter a little bit more, maybe. But he didn't have too much of a stutter. Which in the book, dude, it's like it's thick. He only
dude,
doesn't stutter whenever he is like serious about something.
dude, what was I gonna say? Freaky, what's his
Oh,
name?
sorry.
What was his name? Eddie. What's his name? Eddie. The from it. You just said right now his name.
Oh, Eddie Kasprak. That's the
Kasparek.
character's name.
That kid is good, man. He was also
Yeah,
good in Shazam.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
he had that down, dude. I was like, dude, the kid's like he really like he gets it down. Like guess who he reminds me of? A young David Krumholtz.
Oh, yeah, well, I feel like he's even more animated. Like
Yeah, yeah.
he just has he's able to animate so well.
Like he
And
understands it.
I would almost kind of I know this is kind of an odd pairing, but I would say he's almost a young Steve Carell. Because that's one interesting fact about Steve Carell is that he has like he uses like all his face muscles. Like he is able to animate so well, and that's why people, especially in the office, like people were able to gravitate towards him so well or so fast.
Because Mike Scott,
Yeah,
the ah,
because
no,
he's
no, no. Yeah.
with things that he does, he should not be a likable character, but he toes that line very well of being incompetent and being lovable. He's like that, excuse the link, he's that lovable fuck up, like
Uh-huh.
that you can kind of count on, like to have your back, especially if you're in his corner. And you got sorry, kind of getting an office side note, but you see that in later seasons with the characters, like Jim. Jim relies on him a whole lot, and
Yeah.
it really kind of you can tell after he leaves. But anyway,
So I want to talk about something because it's like a small town, and I'm from a small town, and I mean, should be I've been living in this like little tiny city till it turned into a massive city now, but for the most part, still a small town guy. Cara Buono
Hmm.
is who plays Linda Salva and the as the character Linda Salva. Dude, I think she's gorgeous. I think she's awesome. The character, but that whole like town like what floozy or the
Yeah.
promiscuous whatever. Like I mean to each their own. I am a man that has was falling in love with a few women of the night or of the streets, and they're very promiscuous.
Hoas.
Yeah, I
Hoas.
don't want to call them that, but they're yeah they fit
Oh, I'm
the
not
shoe.
saying. I'm just saying what the movies say. It's
Yeah,
hoas. Not counting horse. Oh, six.
but
Like that's stuff right there. Sorry, excuse
But
me.
I want to ask you because guys would dude. This is why I had to kind of leave my hometown because like it's just a bunch of shit talking, and at the point where it's like it's just not healthy. Just small town. I think any small town because like I said, I've been to other small towns and I've seen the same shit.
Mhm.
But people talking to you about like, oh, you're dating this girl. Oh, she's been with these guys. They start telling you shit like that, and you're like, okay, well, I didn't fucking ask you, but okay. Thanks for like just being like a shit or like it's usually women do it. Usually girls will do it. They'll come around and I'm like, you're her best friend. Why are you telling me all this shit? And then what do you call it? But as that would be, if you fell in love with someone and you actively knew they were like that, would you take the leap, or would you just kind of be like, it was a thing, or like, but let's say you fell in love, like you're like, yeah, this is the one. Would it bother you? Would you stay with her, or would you just kind of be like,
Um.
because the issue is Artie Lang's character. Artie's not really like a go getter, so that's like good for
Oh
him.
well. Okay. So like the situation he was in, where he found that out, and the way he acted.
Well, he already knew she was like that because
Yeah,
because
but as soon as it was with somebody he didn't approve
yes.
of, then it was a problem.
Yes. Okay. That's a good point. Let's just say that. Oh, also his mom cock blocks on him twice. That's funny.
Yeah.
But let's just say that. I even like that when he says, "Come on, it's 30 seconds. What's that gonna bother you?" It's like,
Yeah. Like yeah.
you're fat, you're sweaty, your hair, like It's that's what I'm gonna go
But
side note real quick.
and he's like an insult. Like not even he is a sponge. He is an
Yes.
insult. He just takes it and then he just like spits it back out
I,
at
I
these
saw.
people. And
I,
I thought that's one great thing about Artie Lang.
Let me see if I can find out the name of it. I think it's called. I saw an interview with him one time. I'll go back to the topic real quick, but I saw an interview with him one time, and he had the story where he talks about the title of his book. I think it's called "Artie's Too Fat to Fish." Um, let's see. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, here you go. Artie Lang, Too Fat to Fish, and it is. Let's see. It's only $4. I'm gonna buy it. It's I guess it's just his memoirs or something like that. Let's see, it's outrageous, raw, and painfully funny. True story straight from the life of an actor, comedian, and much loved cast member of the Howard Stern Show, with a foreword by Howard Stern. When Artie Lang joined the permanent cast of the Howard Stern Show in 2001, it was possibly the greatest thing ever to happen to the Stern universe. Second only to the show's move to the wild, uncensored frontier of satellite radio. So I guess it's just this experience there. But I remember him doing the interview, and he said that he was going fishing, and his mom said, Adi, don't go. You're too fat to fish. And he was like, how the fuck are you too fat to fish? Like, how are you? He's like, how, like it's fishing. There's nothing to it. But I do. But I mean, I'm back here where he's like having sex, and then they punch you harder. Okay, grab my balls. He's like, sorry, remember we talk like the movie, and he's like starts doing all that, and he starts like doing, and it's like, yeah, your mom has to hear that. Like there's guys that do that all the time.
Ugh. Man, that's such an odd concept to me. Like
Do,
ah,
Well, do you know what's weirder to me is
mm,
when a mom from the girl is like, "Hello, honey, come, y'all do what you got to do," and I'm like, "What? What?" It's
yeah.
like that. What I
The-
get from I was like, did I just get the okay?" Like that to me is that one's weird.
Um, man, I watched another movie that was kind of similar like this, where a guy was living with his mom, but Baby Boy.
Oh
Watched
yeah,
that the
yeah,
other
yeah.
day, and that was very interesting as well.
It's a timepiece one too. It's a slice of life.
That's yeah, dude, it really is. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was the first time I'd seen it. Um, but yeah, man, I thought it was a great movie.
Hey, so
Great movie.
would that bother you, or like
If I knew about it, probably, maybe.
Yeah, it's a weird. It's a because I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't either, but it just kind of depends because she was still messing around with Tim, you
But I think
know?
that's just the lifestyle down there, and I mean, they're all kind of banging each other, it's like,
Yeah.
but before I forget, what part cracked me up? I like there's a bunch of little jokes in this, and when Magdalene shows up to Maz's party and a bachelor party, and then Maz is at the door like he's all drunk, and then Magdalene comes in and Maz goes, "Hey, did you get here in a convertible?" And he goes, "Ah, get out of here." But like, 'cause his hair's all poofy. It's like, did you get in here in a convertible? Like,
Yeah.
there's all these little jokes. I like the Guido character. There's like because there's I'm telling you, Ben, like this is Italian American culture. I'm Mexican American culture. Like it's very similar. As in just the like we don't do the same shit, but it's similar as in like this, different same shit, different smell kind of thing.
Yeah.
And what do you call it? It's a lot. I saw I grew up. I love this. Like when basketball leagues and whatever softball leagues were down there, but I do like a lot of the just a little the conversations, but the Guido guy where he goes, "Ugh, atrocious." I thought I hit that pretty well. No, that pink shirt you got. Oh, it's fuchsia. Like there's
Yeah.
always
Get out of here.
there's
Yeah.
always a guy that like because there's like I was raised in Mexico for most part of my youth, my beginning. But there's a lot of dudes that they're raised over there and then they're American, but they stay over there because they're family or whatnot, and they come back, so they still have a lot of like Mexican culture on them. So they kind of they're like kind of like they're American, but they're kind of Mexican. So they kind
Yeah.
of they it doesn't look like I'm like in the middle, but they're kind of like still hard on one side, and that's what it is. They're like still try like it's true. Like he has that Italian glove, which I saw, and I was like, that looks like a Mexican glove. That's badass.
Yeah.
It's like, but it's like there's always a character like that. There's always a guy like. There's always down on the border when we play, even in basketball. There's always a dude from Mexico that'd be like, "I'm ready, man. Michael Jordan, pitch him, Kobe Bryant, let's do it." You're like, you don't know how to play that well. Like, chill.
Well,
Like it's
you know what's funny is like I feel like in New Jersey you'd be like, "Have you ever been to Italy?" "Oh, no." But at least down there, like you'd be like, "Have you even been to Mexico?" "Yeah." Like
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's so true. A lot of the stuff that happens to the Dave character is funny too. Then because of everything that shit, like he has like a shitty life because he's just like it's just a regular Jersey guy. Just I took it as a guy that just gets shitted on, a guy
yeah.
that does
And
that.
that's Joe uh Tru-
Lo Truglio.
Truglio.
Yeah, so that it's a pause. It's a lo and then
Lo
Truglio.
Tro
Like yeah, it's kind of
Leo.
weird. You kind of have to roll the R a little bit, not too much. Just to kind of the R touches the U, then you let it go.
I'm gonna let you say that. And
JLT.
Jilt. Good
Jolt. Oh,
old
that's pretty
Jilt.
cool.
No, Joe Lo Triego.
There you go.
Nope.
There you go.
Wasn't too bad.
Nah.
All right, cool. But anyway, yeah, his character, I thought that was so funny. Is like talking about a bachelor party, and he was the one guy that told
Yes.
his wife, and she's like taking the kids and everything. That's it's kind of funny that like they bring up the families at some points, and it kind of reminds me of Beerfest, where it's like uh landfill goes in there right before he spoilers before he dies,
Yeah.
and he's like, the wife and kids left me, and da, da, da. He's like, did you know he had wife and kids? and and so that's kind of the feeling I get here is like, did did you know that he had a wife and kids? Like whenever you see that scene, it's like
Well,
it's
I kind of just yeah. I get you. I get what exactly what you're saying. I think a
yeah.
lot of this. I mean, I love the way they portray the women because I mean that's just how they are. Like, oh, you fuckhead! Like, go fuckhead! Like,
Yeah.
she's still like negative, but she's still like, oh, he did something good. Like,
Oh,
it,
dude, both of these came out in 2006.
yeah. I think we had talked about that last time. I think this one came out first, actually.
I honestly, so whenever I didn't know if we did talk about that because I thought this movie came. We might have looked it up, but yeah, even after talking about that, I still thought this movie came out in like 2003,
It has like a
2002.
2001 feel to it.
Yeah, it definitely does. It certainly does. But I mean, that's there's a lot of beer going on.
D- d-
2006.
This has a straight up independent feel to it.
Yeah, and yeah, man, it's very interesting. I feel like Beerfest I watched a lot in college. I did not watch this at all.
Okay, so
This would be more of like it's not near as fun as Beerfest. This is like the sad, depressing Beerfest, the real life Beerfest.
yeah,
Like
but
it's not glamorized. It's not fun
But
necessarily.
where Beer Fest is more like a cool hangout movie. This is more like the fucking like yeah. This is you keep drinking. This is the shit's gonna happen to you.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
he's always drunk. He's an asshole. I mean, let's not honest. I mean, because he really kind of is. Like, uh,
I mean, yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
there's no rule saying you can't be like that. Like
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like, uh, you just see this guy on the street. He probably says something smart to you, like, "Oh, that asshole." Like that's what I'm
yeah.
that's what I'm kind of getting at. But uh, yeah, dude. Whereas like Beerfest is more of a that's a fun romp. Let's it. You have all those different cultures for whenever they first go into Beerfest. Sorry, I don't mean to jump around. I thought those were Australians. I didn't realize it was British.
They're British. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I went south by like in 2006 or 7. There was like, I mean, I just I don't want to have to admit something first, but like I meet Australian women and they're usually taller than me, and they're always, I don't know, just I hit it off, so I'd start like hanging out with them. And then one time I was at like, it was like 4 in the morning picking up my bar, and some girl was like trying to flirt with me, and you have an accent. Are you from Australia? Just to kind of just to see. And then she goes, "Oh, Aussie, you think I'm a fucking Aussie? Oh my god!" I was like, I don't know what the fuck did I do. Like, what the shit? And then it was like one of my buddies like, "Oh, she's a Cockney." So I was like, "Oh shit, what is that?"
Right?
Like so
Is
English.
that a different breed? I'm not
Yeah, I
too
was like,
sure.
"What is this?" It's because she came up to me all like googly, like, "Hey," and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And then like, yeah, she was trying to flirt, but I guess just like I got her culture mixed up, and I'm like, "Yeah, you probably don't know what the hell I am, so chill
Yeah,
out."
she probably thought you from over there too.
I know shit, right? But I mean, like the I like the relationship part of this movie. Like he's like trying to change, I guess,
Yeah.
but he's just
Uh,
him being like just the little perverted guy he is.
yeah,
Um,
he takes her on a date and stuff like that, and and like said, trying to change and everything like that. Yeah, no, he definitely got his receptionist pregnant because
J-
there's a different woman walking out now.
Jim Brewer makes a cameo. That's badass.
Yep.
He's in what do you call it?
I suck cock.
Yeah, yeah. I just passed that part with the he's he gets Magdalena. He cuts the part of a lawn where it just spells out I suck cock.
Yeah,
Uh,
thanks for saying that's part of the movie. I wasn't just over there saying that.
Because I almost said that
Uh,
earlier and I caught myself. I was because I right when I think I'm like 10 seconds ahead of you, so I was about to say it and I
yeah.
paused and then you said I was like,
So,
"Oh shit."
uh,
So check this out. This is where the power of promotion comes in, and like, Conan had Artie Lang on, and They were talking about Beer League, and he's promoting it, and I was like, shit, I want to watch this movie, Artie Lang, because I just remember him from Mad TV. I remember seeing some of his stand up, and then a few of the movies like Dirty Work, and just a few of the stuff he had done, and then what do you call it? When he's doing Beer League, I want to see it. I didn't even know anything about independent films at the time when it came out. I just remember I wanted to watch it, and I was pissed off because it didn't make it to my hometown, because it
yeah.
was like only like 100 theaters or whatever came out to it, and I'm like, yeah, this is like a real movie. I enjoy these movies. Like this is to me, this is like what you're saying, like Beerfest. This is kind of it's kind of like a it's slapstick, but it's like a easier watch than this because this is a little bit more offensive. But the thing I like about Beer League is like it's like a horror version of a comedy. Like it's like a
So so oh yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Sorry, I was just watching the part where they were at that they were at the carnival game
squeeze her
and it
boobs.
huh?
He squeezes her boobs.
Oh, no. It's whenever they're spinning the thing for mom. He's like, "Come on, hit mom, hit mom." He's like, "Hit mom, motherfucker, motherfucker, shit,
Oh, the little
cockfucker."
kids.
Yeah, and the kid that's the part I felt like was dirty work. Like that could have
Ah,
been dirty
yes.
work. That's those are the kind of scenes I'm talking about. I really like this scene too where they're at the pier and everything because
Mhm.
I feel like Jim Brewer really looks like Mark Hamill if he drank
Yes,
excessively.
yes, in this movie,
Yeah,
yes. Yeah, they have a similar face. I was like, "Yeah," when you said that, I was like, "Oh shit, it does look like him."
yeah.
Atrocious. Horrible
Atrocious.
dances. But I mean, he's like so this Johnny, he keeps those stats. I'm hitting 700. Who keeps stats of slow pitch
And
softball? I do.
even at the wedding,
Oh my
uh,
god, the toast.
yeah,
See,
yeah,
I wish I
dude. And so us having the crazy movies that we have watched. I thought that maybe in a twist or something like that, that Gina was going to be having sex with her cousin.
ah,
And so and they have that and like what is it? That's my boy and stuff like that. Like they have those crazy like oh my gosh moments. Um,
That's another like goofy ass one.
yeah, yeah, it really is. And that movie I feel like is underappreciated because that's a rated R Adam Sandler movie, and you don't get a whole lot of those, especially the comedies.
Yeah,
It's he mostly keeps it PG-13. I think strictly for wider audience view, and that's totally I'm right there with you, buddy. You keep doing that, but that one's a gem, just
yeah.
because
I
like
I,
you,
I like Vanilla Ice's the whole like cameo thing.
yeah, yeah, and then his what is it, Kids on the Block tattoo that it got bigger because he got it when he was younger.
It deformed, it deshaped.
Yeah, yep, hmm I thought that was hilarious.
But you know,
Um,
I even like the bachelor party is funny when you see Dirt kind of stick his hand in the cocaine, he puts it in there like, because he can't do, he's all old, he can't do that much, but he's still getting
yeah,
fucked up. And then
and even the Boston cop comes in. He's like, "Oh, this is my cousin from Boston."
you know who that is, right?
No,
It's Dick Napalo. He's a comedian, stand up New Jersey guy. He's like he's like one of those guys, like just one of the people who hang out. Nick
uh,
DiPaolo, I believe is his name.
Nick DiPaolo.
Yeah, he's been on JRE a lot. Like
Okay.
yeah, he's a stand up. Yeah, the Boston cop. Hey, hey, black guy, give me some cocaine.
Yeah.
That's funny because he throws the Tim throws the pound of coke at the
Yeah.
bartender.
The
Yeah.
bartender gets all pissed at him. He throws it back.
Ah, dude, I hate bartending, man. If it's one thing, that's a young man's job. I like, I hate it. I really do hate it. It's just people. Yeah, you go Nick DiPaolo. Yeah, that's his name. Cousin Mickey. And then, but like,
Like,
it's just funny. I better go talk to Gina's dad, and he just starts choking Artie. And then it's also funny because they goes they don't break the code, but Dave does break the code. And then but also Dave comes out all like, you're the other whore got mad at my whore, kicked her in the
yeah.
chin while she was going down on me. And he's like his dick's all messed up.
Yeah. And that's well, and would he have told her if that didn't happen?
Well, I think she sees it, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If that didn't happen, he wouldn't have said anything. So he was kind of put in a predicament anyway. Uh, what's the stripper's name that
Pitching machine.
she, huh? Pitching machine.
Pitching machine.
Yes,
Do you think
thank you.
I think she really do. I'm thinking she really does that. I don't think that's a gag. I think they just have the camera where you can't see her. I honestly think she's doing that. I have the trivia up. I'm gonna look through it in a little bit.
You know,
But
you know, we actually have this is a repeat offending moment
which
because
one?
we do have this in South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut with Winona Ryder. Uh,
Oh my god, you're absolutely right. This
so
is
maybe
like the
maybe
real
that's
life
what was going
version.
on is that she just had a ping pong paddle down there. You know,
No, no, I'm
so
saying but I'm thinking like knowing Artie Lang, he really got like that chick's name is really pitching. Let's look it up real quick.
damn those chicks got pissed when that guy tried to get involved.
Oh, the
Uh,
hookers.
yeah,
Honey,
no, the horse.
I remember a man could get his clock clean for $5. I'll clean your clock for $5, but I'll bill you for 50. It's not gonna cost you. And her name is Keisha. Keisha was born on October 25th, 1966, in Los Angeles, California, USA, as Raquel Renee Rios. She is an actress known for Beer League. She has been married to Ernest. Oh God, Brejtfus
Oh,
Bertuf. I don't know
I
how.
was about to say. I thought you were about to say born nine. I was like, oh, dude, yeah,
No,
from
this is
basketball. Okay.
no, this is I don't know how to this. I don't know where this but that she's from LA, but that's all she has. She has a few other stuff, but I don't know. Never mind. She has 223 credits. Is she a porn star? MILF, yeah, she's a porn queen. So she probably
Oh,
is
is
the
she?
yeah, look, yeah, check it out. I'm on IMDb. Star 69, Big Naturals is her last one in 2009. Lesbian Daydreams video, Women Seeking Women 41, Lesbian Chronicles Part 1. Yeah, the list goes on. Season Players 4, Girls in White. I'm not trying to be grotesque. I'm just
Oh
saying that
wow,
she,
she's been in since like 1987,
dude,
86.
when you were born.
Oh
No, you weren't
wow.
born.
Yeah, before I was born.
Dang.
Wow, beer league was. Let's see here. Wet nurses, no. Russian roulette. These are very vague names, but
Oh,
you
oh
get the
my
point.
God. There's one called
All
Hands
right, wait.
Off.
Let's see here. The Sweeper. It's also free on IMDb.
Wait, another movie she
And
has?
yeah, it's another movie.
What year?
1996
All right.
as Raquel Rios. Maybe she tried getting out because she went
Molly's
right back
mother.
in. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Is it available?
It's
Yes.
it is on IMDb.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Let's see if she has. Let's see where she's billed at.
Oh, I guess she stopped in 2009. I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know. The business is brutal, man.
Let's see. Oh, hey, they have trivia for her. Cool. All right. As of 2007, she was a part-time college student and will be transferring to UCLA as a full-time student as a psychology major. Her plans are to become a sex educator along the lines of Ruth Westheimer. I feel like sometimes people add their own trivia in there.
Yeah, you, I mean,
Um,
I just if you actually go to IMDb and you look up CJ Robles,
mhm.
you'll actually I'll pop up
Oh,
because we'll talk about it at the end of the episode. I've finally launched the my movie, so I'm gonna or just well I'll plug it at the end. But yeah, she. So I think
and she
honestly,
also took a break from her adult film career. So she was in adult films. All right, cool. This cleared it up. To attend college from 1996 to 1999. Oh no, this was 2006. So she was back in it.
what's mine gonna say? CJ attended college, started college in 2001 while he was a sophomore in high school, and went all the way till he went to junior college all the way till he was 35, like 37. Like I just took a, but I'm like, I remember I went to this like a
Oh
meeting and with the scholarship people, they go, how many hours do you have? I go, I don't know, like 189. Like, oh, you almost got your master's. I was like, well, I guess if you add them all up. What
yeah,
were you gonna say?
That's interesting that her husband's been married to her since 1992.
That's good.
Yeah,
Support.
yeah, right.
What do you call it? That's why I think
What
she is a real pitching machine. So as I go through the trivia,
what does
but I
he
do
do?
a prime producer.
Oh,
It's always like that. But
yeah.
also,
Well,
what do you
hey,
call it? What's
one
up?
if you don't mind holding it down for just 1 second.
All right, I'm gonna give you the topic of what I'm gonna be talking about. So when you come in,
Okay.
you'll know. I'm gonna be talking about Johnny Torino's keeping his stats, and as I keep stats on my basketball stats.
Uh,
So
I will be just. I'm sure it's going to be riveting. I can't. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna build it up for them, and then I'll just give you the gist when you show up.
All right.
So basically, I trained, I guess, the basketball, and I think third grade I started understanding organized sports, and then it went to like fourth grade, and then and the summers hit, I started doing the basketball camps. So I think it was like the summer going third to fourth, fifth, sixth, all that. I think it was like three because I had two camps, one at the beginning of the summer, one at the end of the summer. And that's where I relearned a lot of my drills. I learned how to get just kind of horn in the skill and just kind of play. It's during the game where you realize how you learn to play basketball, but you also want to learn. There's little things you can train yourself to do, and because the height and speed and your physical build is going to be a big part of it. It'll determine how you play. So that being said, I really do enjoy playing basketball. I've even recorded my last season of the basketball league. Started recording the games, and I post them on my YouTube, so they're there. But I don't know, just it's just something showing me that something I used to do that I still love doing and I still enjoy it. And that's what I was just trying to say about Artie Lang and the softball. That even though he has gotten older, he probably was a great baseball player. He probably enjoyed it. It probably was a high school grade or something like that. And he's found a way to turn it into a comedian or an acting career. He figured out how to do that. He went and made his own movie. So and it's loosely based. They say you write what you know, and I think this movie is pretty authentic. I think it's pretty legit, and I do love that it's centered around softball. Like it's this, there's like a softball scene, like every other scene is a softball scene, and I think that's, I mean, Beerfest too is a lot about training for. It's like very based on the Olympics, but this thing is very real, very very like a natural feel for me when I watch this movie. I watched this movie. I owned it at one point when I was younger. I still own it. I just couldn't find it. I know it's I have a big DVD collection in upstairs, and I don't want to go through all the time if I don't know exactly where a movie's at, 'cause I will get lost in it. But I do need to organize it, so we'll see when I get to that. But that being said, I'd like to share because every time when I was younger and when I did live in my hometown for a little bit, right out of high school, I was playing in the basketball leagues, played a little bit of JUCO, but also just like mainly just get myself busy, get myself going with it. And the reason I like sharing this because it's just because you get older when the game ends. Like in my league, I enjoy it because it's organized and a lot of people are always involved and playing with it. So I like keeping track of stats. You go 5 for 6 from beyond the arc. You like to be like, hey, I had a good game, had a couple threes. or you get a bunch of N1s or just certain things like that. But I definitely remember that I have an MVP season in the recreational league, and or yeah, I guess it would be the rec league, and I did have nearly three triple doubles. I only had two, so I'll bring that up with Ben. Oh, he's back.
Uh,
So
if you
I was
couldn't see me sneak up on sneak through the screen there.
I was
Uh,
so yeah, so basically I did keep track of my stats, and we lost in the first round, so it doesn't matter. I got MVP, but it don't mean nothing when you get it when you're knocked out in the first round. But oh, that game they made me earn that loss. Like they put they tried to KG me and put the team on my back, and I couldn't KG it. It was hard. Well, because I didn't have Moopy, man. She was like my number one. When I get in trouble, just throw it to her and she'll hit a three. And that's like how basically that was my bread and butter all summer. And then she had to go to work, and they wouldn't let her take the night off, so I didn't have my release valve. So I had to like it was either I had to drive in, and I had to make the shots, or it didn't work. But
hmm.
anyways, but I was saying like Johnny Torino, I like keeping track of the stats. It's just something I do. Pat your stats. It's fun. Like my dad's always said. He taught me basketball too. So he always said, as long as there's the time on that clock, you better shoot it. And that's what I do. I've hit like 3 full court shots in the league because I'm like, well, there's 2 seconds left. Give me that ball. I'll just chunk it and I'll make it.
Hmm.
One time, one of my good friends, Monaco, he comes up to me. He goes, "Man, we're up by like 16, and I shot like a full court three, and I made it. As time expired." And he goes, "You, my friend, are an asshole." And I go, "Yeah, but now we won by 19." It's like my only response. Yeah, but yeah, I did enjoy like I said when I graduated high school and playing in the leagues, and I don't know, it just keeps me busy and it keeps me entertained because also like I'll start training. I'll start waking up even earlier and start working out the gym, start shooting more because I want to have good games. I don't just, it's a whole preparation thing for me. Like I love going to the gym four times. Like games are on Friday, so it's like I like going Monday through Thursday and then getting ready for Friday's game. And then it's kind of a routine. And if I only go like once or twice a week and I have a bad game, I'm like, that's what I get. I need to go 5 days now. It's like I like that. I like having that in me. I like having that sense of
Man,
like, you know,
I'm glad you're motivated like that, man. Because I hardly keep track of anything.
you know what
I movie trivia is probably about the only thing I can go toe to toe with somebody with. Like they'll say something like, "That's not right." And they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll look it up." I'm like, "All right, cool." Like I know, I know. Whenever I try not to make broad assumptions whenever I do. I try to keep it tucked in nice. So like I know where I'm at. If I'm out of my league, I'll say it. But yeah, no. Stats, anything like that, keeping track. Nope. I am god awful at it. But that's
Well,
good to know.
I don't keep up with NBA stats anymore. Like I don't watch NBA anymore.
But
And
you keep up with your own, and I think
yeah,
that's pretty cool. Like
I keep up with everybody's on my team, by the way, not just mine.
oh
Like
wow.
everybody's. Like I'm pretty bad at
That's
it.
that's overboard, CJ. That's an invasion of privacy,
Well,
bro.
no, I can remember what the game's like, so I just and plus I record it, so I just go back and when I see the highlights, or I'm like, look, check it out. I'm also seeing like I'm like, well, this
Who
guy.
so were you like, hey, you're the lowest person on this team. You need to step it up. Was that you?
No, I don't say that. What I do in my head, I'm like, this is the lowing person on the team. They can score from this point. How do I get them to be at the ball and them at this point to score? So I just kind of figure it out. I drive in crazy and then I just pass them the ball and I fall and get hurt, but then they make it. I'm like, okay, they scored. One time, this is how I always got I go get triple doubles because I was playing with CJ Rouse, another CJ, and he's like a big, tall dude. Like he's really, really big. And I don't understand how he just do like a little flick of the wrist. Like I don't know if you can see it. He would just like flick his wrist every time when he was like he's like 6'2". So as soon as he gets close to the rim, he would make it. So I would just throw him the ball like 4 or 5 times in a row, and he would just boop, 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 pat my stats. And I was like, why do I need to score if this big dude's is going to do all the scoring for me? So, I'm about to win at the end, even though I like scoring points. The most 3-pointers I hit in high school or freshman year was 13 in one game. And we still lost, but I'm like, I like not losing by 48. I like losing by 8 at the end of the game. Like it looks like you tried. And I don't know. I think I might have shared that story last time with the gentleman and shook my hand. But I think that's sign of respect. I thought was cool. But if I need to, I'll go back and tell it. But I'm also here. I'm here at the part where Maz is talking about the he wants to tell Gina or he wants to tell his wife about it, and then Dirt goes to his wife and she's like he's like what happens? We've been married 40 years. He's like fuck you or something like that. What did he tell her? Like he tells his wife.
Yeah. Oh, fuck off.
Hook
and
up,
whatever
yeah.
it's dirt. Yeah. Well, no, I got to the part. I think I am literally right behind you, because I saw him like throwing the ball on the roof. I was like, did it restart? I thought maybe I was like, is this the beginning again?
No, no, the ball's gonna stuck this time though.
Yep.
Because yeah, that's what it was. But it's funny that did that like but I mean even the way the movie ends is pretty cool where they like they lose, but they even like they it's got
They're like,
layers.
we'll play either even though
I do want there because there are still some like Reno 911 characters that I haven't brought up yet because there's the waitress. She was like in the second batch of Reno 911. What's her name?
oh really?
Yeah, she's funny, and then she's the one that's she's what's had a cock with that. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
man, that's how my hometown is with me. Like if they'll make fun of me, oh, is your tampon on right after I order like I'll take a martini, and they're like, what? I'm like, dude, I don't want to drink no beer. And they're like, oh, you want you want that with a twist? Like the girls telling me that, like, oh god, but it's whatever. So let's see, it's
You
worst
still
waitress.
won't tell me about that one bachelor party. Fuck off. He just keeps painting.
Yeah, where would she be? Let's see if I can find her real quick because I don't want to look up Reno 911. Let's see. She was she's the waitress, but
Yeah.
yeah, she,
Now it's him, his family leaving. She called him a whore lover.
what's the Guido's name?
Ooh.
Trying to give him some love.
It's like, I think it's gonna fall off. Well, if it does, let me know. Or if it doesn't, let me know. I'll come over and cut it off.
God. Oh, then that I like the Tim joke. Tim gets the joke. See, that's what I mean. There's a nice plate. There's a nice part in there where they're telling the joke and Tim overhears it.
He's like, no, I don't understand that.
Yeah, or like the part where he's like, yeah, don't ever put on a white basketball point guard, a white point guard. It's like
Yeah.
you guys
Oh
suck at
yeah.
basketball and we do your women better. He's like, yeah, it's like it's a good joke.
Yeah. That's the one he approves of.
Let's see. Is it Rhonda? Is that who that is? Mary
Yeah, I think it
Birdsong?
is.
Yeah, that's her. She's part of Reno 911. Yeah, she's also in The Descendants. I remember that. She's one of the like the sister or something like that. But like, I remember she sticks out. Um, yeah, she does a good role. So who else? She's part of Scream Queens too.
Let's see
So
here. So I was just looking at the trivia and just scrolled all the way down.
what you got?
Uh let's see here. The chief of police, played by Louis Lombardi, which he's been in quite a few movies as well, um, is the one who sets the stakes for the season for both Artie's team and Manganelli's teams, in which the losers' teams leave the league and following the season that Manganelli's suggestion, and thanks to a brawl that happens in the first game, which happens every season according to Trade. Oh, I guess that's really not even a spoiler. I
It's
thought
not.
that had.
What is that? That's like
I don't
exactly
know,
what
man.
happened.
That's yeah, exactly what happened. All right, I'm
Artie.
glad. I'm glad I read that too, because that's just strange.
That's weird. Okay, this is called spoilers.
Yeah, it
The
says spoilers at the very bottom.
Artie
That's
hits
weird.
a home run off Magnanelli after striking out or grounding and into double plays throughout their battles on the field. The Vanzo shift. That's
Yeah,
like
right.
that's like a dick move too. Like I'm gonna give you this whole opening and you're now still I'm still gonna get you out. That's like giving someone the layup. Like here, just take it, and then I'm gonna block you still, like or something. You're not gonna make it. Like you're just gonna make it. The score to the final game where Artie's team is oust from the league is 10-9. Yeah, because he doesn't tie it up.
Yeah.
And I like it because I forget what movie it is. There's a movie like that where I think it's The Rookie or something where the baseball player hits the oh, it's like the League of Their Own too. They do that too where they hit the catcher and she lets go of the ball and they win.
Yeah.
That's kind of like they're doing that. The phrase "Artie Mo's on
Yeah, I was just
Card"
reading
is
that too.
that's
Like,
a cock with large letters.
what kind of trivia is this?
This is not. This is like I just read it. Shot entirely in New Jersey. Okay, that's a good one. Dave and Artie are
even
the
this is like Artie League's beer league trivia right here, man. Like
it's
this is like independent trivia that we're reading. Uh,
uh
it's believed that the role that Scott Baio was up for was Dennis Manganiello, Artie's rival. Maybe I feel like it was the Ralph Macchio character, if anything.
Scott Baio auditioned for the role of Maz after
Yeah,
casting Ralph Macchio Bayo was considered for another role, but the producers felt it would be too much to have two icons of the 1980s in the film. Oh, damn, that's insane. But I mean,
Why?
you have all these
Why?
other characters.
Did they they weren't taking into account the soundtrack that they had for this film? Like, it's
Exactly.
literally all 80s. Like, this movie is about living in the past, bro. You
Hell
better have
yeah,
Scott
dude.
Baio in it.
You're right. You're absolutely right. That sucks. I would have loved to have Scott Baio in it, even if it was a small role. Most of
Yeah,
the
because
softball
I mean,
scenes were.
if he was Manganelli, like that would have. I don't know if it would have been better. I like the guy who plays him. He's a pretty big dick.
But I mean, like Laurie Metcalf plays Artie Lang's mother, despite being only 12
Like,
years older.
who
That's
who
funny.
decided to cast her? You don't want to cast Scott Baio because you don't want to have two iconic '80s
Oh my
stars,
god.
and then
Yeah.
Laurie Metcalf. Yeah, the mom. I can see that. That's so crazy. She must have had a hell of an audition.
Well, I mean, she's probably a local girl too. I mean, see, you click her name, she's probably from New Jersey. She's like they try to get like my movie that I'm making. I'm trying to get as many locals as possible. I mean, even these are
Let's see.
actual entertainers. I'm actually just using not actors. But let's see.
Let's
Artie Lang
see.
was working on the Howard Stern show at the time. He had co-written, starred, and co-produced the film, which Stern gave a positive endorsement to. After Lang displayed that he was beating his drug habit at the time. Lang would eventually be forced to leave the show in 2009 due to serious relapse in the drug addiction and an attempted suicide. Stern would eventually cut ties with him for this, and this is and to this very day loves him for his contributions to his show, and very sad for what happens to him since. I don't know, man. Howard Stern's starting to get on my nerves. So let's see. I can see Howard Stern being like trying to cut ties with Artie Lang and just turning his back on him, kind of shit. And Artie Lang, he's he's an addict. It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Kind of hard having
Well,
us around, but
I
we're
mean,
we're
the
people too. God
Jackass,
damn it.
and the guys at Jackass, they did that with Bam Margera too.
Oh yeah.
You
Well,
know?
yeah, because they go. I mean, look what they did with the Jay. Jason Mewes. He had
Yeah.
to freaking memorized the whole damn. He memorized all the scripts now because he's like, I gotta
Mhm.
take this serious. And yeah, it's like it's tough. It's an addiction thing. It's hard.
No, I think
Uh,
he did that back whenever Dogma came around too, right? Because he was
Yeah, because
nervous.
well, Kevin Smith told him if you don't take it serious, I'm not gonna put you in it anymore.
Yeah.
And then he said, okay, it's all serious. Don't take it. Like they would ask Jay what other people when someone would forget their lines instead of asking the script supervisor, they just ask Jay, and he would be like, no, your line's this. And
That's
it's like
crazy, man. That's
mean
awesome.
he's got his talent for that. He's strong, and that's what I'm saying. But God, that thing is so funny. The speech, the best man speech. Like if my computer was working properly, I could easily I would upload my best man speech. I was like I'm very proud of that one. But Ione Sky auditioned for the role of Linda. Who is that?
Mhm.
Ione Sky was born September 4th, Hampstead, London, England. She is an actress and writer known for Say Anything, Fever Pitch, and Four Rooms. She has been married to Ben Lee since 2008. This is all off IMDb. She's known for Say Anything, Fever Pitch, Four Rooms, and Wayne's World. Oh,
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. Artie time. Excellent. All right. So Artie Lang's trivia is basically the movie. It's the written portion of the movie. But also too, you know what I realized about this movie, even for like production value, they talk about this wedding and they never go to the wedding. We never
No,
go to the wedding because he misses
no.
it. Because he's with the
Yeah.
pitching machine and she has all that coke. But
Yep.
that's a good sign though. This is like I'm telling you, you can learn from this movie because look what he's showing you. You don't do that. You don't get in a crazy ass car with I don't know, a crazy person that's doing cocaine and running stop signs.
Mhm.
I've been in a car with a crazy person doing cocaine and running stop signs at 4 in the morning, and I was just trying to get home. It's not like it's insane. You gotta have an awareness to it. And then I seen this movie and then that happened to me, and I'm like, oh shit, like why I should have been aware of this. But I hadn't seen the movie in a while, and like I said, I owned this before because I had to buy this on DVD because it came out. It was at Walmart or I forgot where I got it from, but I was like, oh yeah. And even when Dirt dies, like that's a nice shot. That's a good scene. Like
Mhm.
he's like he's slowly breaking down. He's slowly dying, and he's basically dying what he loved doing, playing softball.
Yep.
And that's a big thing. It's like this. So this movie does have a realness to it, and one of my like favorite movies is obviously Clerks 2, but there is a Jeff Anderson made a movie called Now You Know, and it's very tiptoe on. Like it's not as raunchy as this one, but it's up there. but it's funny and it's got a lot of different elements. That's some things I've never seen before that big blockbusters don't have.
Hmm.
And like his, I would really plug that movie. I mean, you have to buy it on DVD. They don't have it on any streaming services, but if you get a chance, watch Jeff Anderson's. And now you know that's like if you like these kind of movies, like it's got that Clerk feel to it, where it's like kind of like a bottle in time. But I think we're ready to move on to Beerfest because we've been
Yeah.
talking for a minute. But I mean, it's funny. You're right. The trivia doesn't even have like a lot of the stuff. Like
It's repeating scenes from the movie.
yeah, 3 characters are revealed to have herpes in the film, which are Artie, Linda, and Magdanelli. It was revealed during the final game that Magdanelli gave Linda herpes. Artie got it from sexual encounters over the years, including Linda, who slept with 3 times before he finally committed to her being her boyfriend. I like what he says. How many women have you slept with? 73 that are not whores. 6. Like he
Six.
knows exactly like the number
Yeah, you
right
may
away.
be right. Yeah.
Yeah, 6. Like how much the word whores? God, I gotta show you this. I actually found a funny SNL clip where Bill Hader, it's Bill Hader, Bon Jovi, Daryl Hannah, and Fred Emerson, and they're playing Italians, like these like Guido type guys.
Hmm.
And it's a great little sketch. Like it's very slapstick. The whole thing's connected, like a funny little chain. But it's like kind of like this movie. I mean, they have a lot of like dialogue. There's a lot of talking in it, but it's funny shit. It's like the way they talk. It's like how real people do talk. They're having a real conversation. And Ralph Macchio being in it, that was a thing that Artie Lang was very very proud of when he was like, I got Ralph Macchio to be in my movie. Like he was like very very happy about that, or I don't know happy, but he was very when he talks about it, like
Hmm.
he has a very positive thing about it, and I think that's cool because this movie did kind of still keep him relevant. Ralph Macchio, I mean, he still looks the goddamn same, and
Yeah.
it sucks because I went 2 years ago. I went to Big Dallas Expo, and he was there for Cobra Kai, and I was at Texas. I didn't get the VIP pass to Texas Frightmare, so I could only get the individual days. So I was only able to get Friday and Sunday for Texas Frightmare. Saturday was completely sold out, and then so I was Fan Expo was going on at the same time, and I was like, well, I'll get Saturday. I'll go there, and I ended up getting horror fans from there, anyways. But Ralph Macchio, for some reason, wasn't there Saturday, so he was only there Friday and Sunday, but not Saturday. So I was like, damn it. I really wanted to meet
Dang.
him because there's really not like there's not really a lot of I guess Italian Americans, Mexican American actors that were my complexion kind of thing. And it kind of reminded me a lot of Danielson reminded me a little bit of myself. And not to say that I thought he was cool, but I always thought it was like Ralph Macchio was, and he's like he was part of the '80s,
Yeah. No,
He did a lot of stuff.
Ralph Macchio's cool.
I mean, his
For sure.
top 4 bills are Karate
How
Kid,
How I
and
Met Your
then
Mother.
no, Karate Kid Part 3, Karate Kid, and then The Outsiders, and then My Cousin Vinny. Like he pops up once in
Oh
a
yeah,
while.
my cousin Vinny. What's a you?
Yeah, like I mean, Marissa Tomei won a freaking Oscar for that role.
Yeah, man, that
Like
was crazy.
that's like a thing. And I'm here to look up real quick why Karate Kid Part 3 is
Above
above
Karate
it
Kid.
because it probably sold a lot of freaking movies or something. It probably sold a lot of tickets. Let's find out real quick because I honestly this is the first one I got introduced to too, and this is from 1989. Okay, so this one was budgeted at 12.5 million and it made 39 million. So let's see what the Karate Kid Part 2 did. I'm pretty sure it probably got more. Let's see. Yeah, oh my god. The Part 2 is not even up there. Part 2 was a $13 million budget. Guess how much it made?
How much?
130. Made 100
Yeah.
times that back. Holy shit. Guess what the first one did? The first one did what do you call it? It was only 8 million and it made 130 million. God, Ralph Macchio can bring in some goddamn money. I guess a bunch of
Right.
us thought a lot of Hispanics thought he was Hispanic, but the Latino went to go watch it. So we're like, yeah, let's go watch this
Well,
movie.
let's see. And so, yeah, you were saying Karate Kid 3 didn't do that well, did it?
No, not compared to the first one and the second one, and it's
Jesus.
his first. But I'm pretty sure it's the one that we recognize, like people my age. He's
Yeah.
59 years old. The dude looks like he's 40. Like I guess the bar's getting lower for he looks yeah. I could be like he's my older brother, and people think he'd be like only like 8 years older than me. He's really a little bit more than that. Like
Yeah, let's see.
22.
Well, yeah, no, he just turned what, 50?
No, he's 59.
59? No
Yeah,
way.
I'm looking right at his stuff. Wikipedia,
No.
born November 4th. He's about to
60.
be 60, dude, in November 4th. In less than a month, he'll
Jesus.
be 60. Dude looks great.
Yeah, man. What's Ralph Macchio doing?
Just
He
Italian,
just
man.
he,
Got
he
the
just
Italian
he, he
blood.
just has a little bit of bags underneath his eyes. That's it. And
Yeah,
he's
but he's
gotten
Ralph.
rid of those.
Where's Ralph Macho, dude? He's got the glare in his eyes. I don't blame him. I'm getting
Yeah.
bags just because I'm just getting, getting older. Just getting bags because I
Dude,
talked to my buddy on the on the tube.
that's so cool too that Cobra Kai has like it's going on. Yeah, it's the season 4 premiere is December 31st. Wow.
Yeah, they're promoting Cobra Kai right
I
now in
think
San
I,
Antonio.
yeah, I think this is the last season too.
Yeah, Martin Cove is in SA. I'm supposed to go meet him today, but I don't know, or today or tomorrow. But I might just go. I want to meet Kurt Angle, so I might be there tomorrow morning. I'm supposed to drive to San Antonio later today and hang out with my brother and have dinner with him. But he's not going to be available until after 8 p.m. So I'm like, oh shit. So we'll see. But let's move on to Beer Fest because I love this movie, dude. I love Beerland, but I mean Beerland, beer. Oh, maybe we should
Beer
make Beerland.
League.
We should make Beerland, Ben.
Yeah.
That's right, Beerland. It's
So
like an Austin thing because over here Austin's very big on the bars. Come to Austin, Texas. We
come
do a
come try our
apartment comp.
double IPA with extra virgin olive oil.
This is alcohol is not an alcoholism does not exist here, but keep drinking. There's not a problem. I will overserve you.
let's
Don't worry, I will definitely overserve you.
let's go to
Uh,
6th Street and get hammered.
I know, right? This is it's just go to
That's
any street here, you know. Let's make this Las Vegas. Just drinking this. Let's street. I mean,
um I'm
people want
telling
to
you,
drink.
man, I have never been down a more crowded street that smelled like piss in my life.
Oh, you need to
It
go to Bourbon Street, man. Bourbon Street is real pissy like smell. Like honestly, Sixth Street just looks like a cleaner version of Bourbon Street. But Bourbon Street at least has freaking open bars you just walk in and out of. You just hang out, and I don't know. Bourbon Street's a little bit more popping than Sixth Street.
I'm so watching Beer League. It's on IMDb TV, correct? And
Yes.
you get commercials with that. And I just saw a commercial with David Hasselhoff promoting Pluto, and he just played like a whole bunch of different characters. The subtitles weren't on there, so I couldn't see what he was saying, but I'm sure it was great. But yeah, finish it. Let's go on, like you said, to Beer Fest.
Yeah,
Uh,
we kind of like we're doing our thing, but this just seems like a very I don't know, very us thing to do for this episode. So let's go. I'm gonna put it on because I have to. Like I said, I purchased it on. I own it now digitally because I do own this. I just don't know where it's at, but I own
yeah,
it on.
customers who bought Beer League. Oh, damn! See. Oh wait, no, that's the rated one.
Yeah, I got. Oh, I bought unrated.
Yeah,
That's another
it
thing.
has more scenes. I thought. Let's see here. I was like, damn, it didn't work, but I clicked on the wrong one. Oh,
What?
nope. It still says I have to rent it. Damn. I must
Damn.
have. Okay. Yep. Whoops.
So you
I
should have
guess
kept it on, huh?
I should have kept it on. Yeah.
Or you should have just paid the $6.99 and purchased it.
Probably.
Now just go to YouTube and just put beer scenes or put beer fest clips.
That's
And you
so
get.
funny. I guess I bought it 2 days ago, right around this time.
Oh yeah, so it ended like right when you got it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. With this movie,
Or maybe Amazon has corrected their flaw. Maybe
no, I think you had it right. Maybe.
no, because I hit continue watching. I think you actually have to like have it playing
Oh yes, it's gotta
while
be
you
like
close
live.
the app. Yeah, it has to be live.
One thing I don't remember. Okay, so this movie I did watch in the theater 3 times. By the time we get to Broken Lizard, so I've already seen Super Troopers 1. I've already seen Club Dread. We've already seen is this the third one or
This is the fourth.
four? What
Uh,
was the other one? Which one am I
well,
missing?
Super Troopers 2, Slam and Salmon, and then this one is
No, because Super Troopers 2 didn't come out till 17 years after. I'm talking about before
oh
Beer Fist came
oh
out.
before Beer Fest.
Because they already
Club
did
Dread.
Super
Club
they
Dread.
did Super Troopers and then Club Dread, right?
Club
Or let me look it
Dread.
up. Let me look it up real quick.
And then yeah, no, this was the next one because Club Dread was 2004. This was 2006.
Yeah, so they okay, so and then
And they had one movie before
oh
Super
yeah,
Troopers. It was called
Puddle
Puddle
Crew.
Cruiser. Yeah.
I want to buy it. I want to buy it.
So yeah, no, this was I think the next one.
The third one, yeah, this is the third
Yeah,
one they do.
sorry, my bad. I was like, yeah, no, we've
So this definitely had like so Super Troopers hits first, and it's a freaking cult classic. Everybody loves it. Boom. Club Dread comes out, which we'll probably be doing next week. When it comes out, it's a little different. But now that I know what I'm looking for in a movie, and as my filmmaking brain has been developing, I understand. Like now I'm thinking of that movie, and I'm like, nah, dude, it's a good movie. Like it's not bad or anything. I wasn't trying to say that. I was just trying to say that it probably wasn't as comedy as one would think, but there's a lot of comedy in there. You just got to know all the references. So now when we get to Beer Fest, dude, I saw Beer Fest and I laughed my ass off. Like when I saw it, I remember just being, this is funny. I think and it was one of those movies too. I saw with my cousin, and both of us were just like cracking up, like, what the fuck are we watching? This shit is insane. Like it was so funny at the time, especially now rewatching this movie. Oh, I fucking loved it. I picked up on a lot more things because I've already seen this movie over 100 times. I'm like, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm exaggerating, but I've seen it a lot.
No.
But I'll tell you,
I want to put my dick in it. I want it to put its dick in
look at
me.
me. I want, and I'm saying this. I didn't even realize this from the times I've seen it till right now, because I think this is I got the unrated one. It says, "Warning: the performers in this film are professionals. Please do not attempt these activities at
No,
home. If you attempt to drink this much, you will die." Like,
that happened. That happened in the original one too.
okay, so check
Yeah.
this out. Like, I'm not saying though. No, they put a warning there because people were actually like, they would try to do this shit. So they're already like trying to cover their ass like right in the beginning. Like, don't do what we're doing. It's a fucking movie, you know?
Oh, kind of like Kevin Smith was Dogma.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like these, like they're making fun of this whole what do you call it, movie thing, you know? And then the way the movie opens up, this is like, it's like a great movie. Like, this is fun. Like, it's epic. But I'll pick up one thing. One thing I didn't pick up till this one, and maybe it's because the unrated one, was the goat piss. I didn't realize how much the goat piss hangs around.
Well,
Like,
yeah, right. Well, and another thing too, I thought it was really funny because they said they were up in high altitudes in the mountains and everything, and they're in Colorado, dude. There's literally mountains they could go climb, but they just sit on top of the roof and drink goat piss. I never thought about that till right now.
yeah, they just get to the roof. Like, we
Yeah,
gotta get high elevated. They got on the roof.
yeah. They didn't go to an actual mountain and like camp out or anything. They were like, no, we'll just go to the roof. This is fine.
I like the
Uh,
I
what's
like
that?
the priest, Padre,
Oh
singing up
yeah,
to
at the
them. You
very
think you can
beginning.
hustle me? But it's like they're at a funeral, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's all funny. Like, this is like underground, and the brothers like, what the hell's going on? Eric Slohansky. Oh man, I have a photo with him, but I can't upload anything. So uh I met him on a Cameo. Well, it was a
All right. I'm gonna watch Beerfest on YouTube, so it's gonna be
clipping around.
yeah, clip it around. So I'll I'll just tell you where I'm at. I know you're at the beginning. Say goodnight, Bobo. Good night, Bobo.
It's all
Uh
morbid. How he kills himself on
yeah.
TV. Like that's
Is
like, think it
is
was
Donald Sutherland a repeat offender?
probably, what has he been in? Probably Goof Troop. I don't know. What has he been?
You know who I think looks a lot like Donald Sutherland is
Kiefer
oh
Sutherland.
no, not even him. Shit. Joker director. Golly,
Oh,
man.
Todd Phillips.
Yes.
He kind of
They look
does. You're right. I can see
they
that.
do look very similar.
They do. Hey, I could have met Kiefer Sutherland in at that Dallas Expo I was just talking about, but it was $100. I was like, nah, I don't really know. But then now that I think about it, he was muy loco. He was like, I'm Kiefer Sutherland, because he's like an alcoholic, right? Like,
Really? Like in real
yeah,
life?
yeah, and yeah,
Still?
yeah, I think he is. Well, dude, he had like I don't want to out him and shit, but he still had like a jack of I think it was like a bottle of Makers and tequila, and he was just sipping on it like right there. He's like, "Want a drink?" It was just like, oh shit. But I was like, dude, keep this Southern. Like, he had his hair all spiky. He looked all crazy with sunglasses,
Hmm.
and I was like, dude, you know what? Out of everybody, I wish I would have met. Like, I wish I would have met him because he was insane. Like, there was a. I remember when I was watching a TMZ back in the day, like back in the day when TMZ first started, and there was somebody recording some like some guy was like on the like in California, like on the 101 or something, like on the highway, but he was like walking around and he was acting a fool. And then
Mhm.
they record some guy like in a Corvette or something pull up, and he tells the guy like, get the fuck out of the road. He starts yelling at him, and he takes off. And then once you on further notice, when you look at the video, it's a drunk Kiefer Sutherland telling this drunk guy to get off the road. And it's like, they're like, I mean, I'm totally botching the story. It's out there somewhere. But it's like, it's funny how he like, it's like reality there. But this is
Yeah.
the whole Bobo, the uncle, I mean the grandpa. It took me a minute to
Yeah.
get it. So our lovely I said sadly, who just recently passed away, Gloris Leachman, is
Mhm.
in this movie, and she is our number one. I wouldn't want to say, I think she passed, maybe getting catching up to Ryan Gosling, but she's been in a lot of the movies we've seen, and man, she does a great performance. Now when I come back and see what she does and her accent and her acting.
Well, and how she acts like beforehand and then after, like she
Yes.
knows, like she's like so bubbly and like, oh, she doesn't know we know she's a whore, you know? And so I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, it's like, what do you think this is? It's the mark of the whore. Uh Love it.
Dude, they stepped.
Cloris Leachman in this movie is fantastic.
Oh fuck yeah!
Um,
It's the
I'm
mark
at
on the
the
wall.
yeah. Um, I'm at the scene where they are going to the party. They're getting out and mixing it up.
Yeah.
And I this is a great scene too. Do you think this is a high school party
Yeah,
or a
I
college
thought it
party?
was college. I thought it was like the like a college, like almost not frat party, but like those people that like to party in college.
Yeah. That seems like it would be legit. That's what I was saying. Well, because like they talk about like messing around with Coach, what's his name?
Oh,
And it's like,
Goober. It was like,
yeah,
yeah, and then Phil drinks it,
yeah.
and
Well,
then Barry catches him.
yeah, and then I think it's funny too. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's about to come up here, but yeah, it does. Uh, one of the guys is hiding. He's like, "Dude, aren't you like 40?"
I'm
And he's
33.
like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh yeah, I could just walk away." Like nobody's gonna believe him at this
Yeah,
party.
he's 33. Yeah, like no, he gets offended because like, oh no, I'm 33. Like,
Oh, that's right.
yeah, he
Well,
gets.
sorry, I don't have subtitles.
Oh, oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But dude, I know you gotta love watching the movies with subtitles on. It makes a world of a difference. What's up?
Barry's not even pedaling whenever they're they're on the
Oh,
bike.
on
He's
the
just
tandem bikes. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, what do you
Oh
call it?
man.
Let's see. I'm gonna go with. Sorry, I had to send something. I had to send a quick little thing back to somebody.
Yeah.
But there we go. All right, cool. Now we get the movie back on. But I like the whole thing about that the way they stepped it up on the CGI or the animation or just the way like the grandpa drinks the beer, like the way they drink the beer here, it looks very
Yeah.
believable. Even the way they kill the messenger boy, like that's CGI and it just looks so real. Like they did a good job here
Mhm.
with the effects. That as filmmakers, this is their fourth movie they've made. So they made Photo Cruiser, Super Troopers, Club Dread, and now Beerfest. I think they get it down. By the time they did Beerfest, they knew what the hell
Yeah.
they were figuring it
Well,
out.
and I think Beerfest is going to be that's marketable, man. Like
Yeah, and
especially college kids and everything. Like this was like I was 16 when this came out, and this was like this is all of my college. Like I watched this all through college. Like this
yeah,
was
dude.
we would always be quoting this this movie. I was playing ping pong and ding dang. You know,
It hurts. It's
I
hard to
want
get
to
a
put my like that. I want to go outside and freeze it and then skate on it, then let it come out and melt, and I'll drink it again. Like we
yeah.
would do that all the time.
I mean,
Uh,
I caught something here where you see like everybody has their own culture song, and America's like 99. We're all lame and shit. Like
yeah.
99 bottles of beer on the wall over here.
and
Like
then you get all the naked ladies. You get all that gratuitous
oh god, like
full
this is a
frontal
guys movie.
nudity.
That's what I want to say. This
Yeah.
is definitely and they're like, this is a guys movie. We're gonna like
Yep.
I can see how this movie can be like but it's not it's funny, it's slapstick grotesque. It's not really trying to put like penis in your face or anything like that. Like, yeah, there's
No.
boobs. It's a movie with beer drinking. There's boobs, and you think like I mean that whole Barry scene, which by the way, I didn't catch it till now where they introduced Barry Bathernath. It says Barry Bathernath as Barry Bathernath. Because it says like what's his name? It says Dr.
Landfill and
Landfill, I think it's
everything.
like yeah, as
Yeah.
Phil something as landfill. Like they have all their. I mean, they want to tell you that you're watching a movie. Like they even put that whole like when landfill comes back and they even explain that like they say exactly what's gonna happen. Like that's a throwaway. You're not supposed to do that in movies, and they do that.
Yeah, it's like,
They,
do you mind if you just call me landfill?
yeah, like just
And then he ends
how
up having sex with Landfill's wife too.
and
It's
she's
like
and you're better.
Landfill 2, you're twice the man that Landfill 1
That's
was.
like that's funny because even when I saw that, I thought because in the trailer you see him like, so I'm like, oh shit, he drinks all that beer. But then in the movie he dies, Landfill One dies. But you're like, I was like, oh shit, he died. And then when I was watching it, I was like, oh wait, the boobs are popping out. I'm watching it because when Landfill dies, I was like, wait, I saw him like they dressed like in the competition. And then they brought him back real stupid, like his twin brother.
Yeah. They do such a good job at that. Like I honestly, by the time I'm done watching the movie, I forget that even happened. You know? It's not one of those things that like sticks with you. It's like it happens and you move on. You're like, okay, this is landfill. And they bring it up every once in a while, but
Well,
uh
like even him and Fink have like a relationship too, where him and
yeah.
Landfill One and Landfill Two just like they really just like it's like if you miss
Just
that scene where he dies and you just kind of get the end of the funeral scene, you're there's no change, it's like it's the same
yeah.
guy.
And exactly, man. And that's funny too, because he's like, can at college, boy. He's like, didn't you go to college too? Like he's like, yeah. Oh, actually, before you get to landfill, well, you probably already have gotten to landfill, but he said he was in prison and he went to he converted to being a Muslim.
Muslim,
And
yeah.
wasn't he eating hot dogs like right before that?
Dude, it's a movie. It's like, I think that's what they're trying to do. Like everything's
Yeah.
like stupid, you know?
It's like hands across America.
America. Maybe I've seen that. Like that even that. Oh man, I did that. I had a girl, like I don't know, I don't want to say we dated, but that's how I met her. I met her at Hands Across America, and then the following year she would like hit me up like, "Hey, do you want to come do this again?" I was like, "Sure." Then she like hung out with me the whole time. It felt like a track meet, like back in high school. I was like 23, and I was just like, "Yeah, you know, just with this chick." Like it was funny. Like I didn't even like. I was like, "I'm not holding hands." Like I was like, I'll do what you got to do." They're
Well,
just trying to make like a
so
human
so
chain.
what year did you do that?
Like 2006, 2006, yeah,
Oh,
2007.
okay. Oh, so you did it like I guess maybe this revived it. Thanks a lot, Beerfest, for
Or maybe I did it maybe 2000, yeah, I think maybe 2004-ish. It was around there. It was
Oh, okay.
between 04, 06. It was right there because I was,
Well, because I mean, they would have had to done it a little bit before that.
but in
'Cause
2000, what's up?
I how and also in Us, they had Hands Across America. How long has Hands Across America been going on?
Like the 70s, dude. They had a I remember they tried to do it in my high school and like it had a well, my 2003 year, it worked. We did it, but it wasn't as big. But I think it got bigger after that. But definitely,
So explain to me the what's going because I've never been a
oh,
part of
let's
that.
see. I mean, dude, I didn't pay attention. I just basically went to get, um,
Is it a cult? Is it a
I didn't get. I don't know. I didn't really get that. I just got it. It was just a bunch of people just trying to celebrate, bringing money, kind of thing. Let's see what it actually is. Santa Claus America was a public fundraising event on Sunday, May 25th, 1986, when 5 million to 6.5 million people held hands for 15 minutes in an ostensible attempt to form a continuous human chain across the continuous United States. Many participants donated $10 each to reserve their place in line. Proceeds were donated to local charities to fight hunger and homelessness and help those in poverty. The event raised about $15 million for charities after opening costs. I know they've done this. There's one where there's a cancer one. I think maybe I did the cancer one.
did
I
you
thought
do
it was.
like Relay for Life? Is that what
I
you're talking
think
about?
that's the one. I think I did that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because here it says here legacy hands. I think I did that one. Yeah, Hands Across America raised 34 million, according to the New York Times. Only about 15 million was distributed after deducting operating costs. Shit, that was a lot. They basically only made half the money. The event figures significantly in the plot of the 2019 American horror film Us, directed by Jordan
Yeah.
Peele. Hands Across America also featured in 2016's episode of the sitcom The Goldbergs. They didn't do it in. Yeah, so I didn't do hands. I think I did Relay for Life. Yeah, because I remember I was like, no, they actually did. They're here. People are actually holding hands. I was like, nah, they didn't do this shit. And I was like, nah, we I don't see the hand. But I remember it was like donations.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
do. I went to a Relay for Life one time, one
yeah,
night. Yeah.
that's what I
You
did.
like stayed up all night and everything?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that.
Yeah.
Like that's why I stayed with this girl the whole time. Like, and I was like, I'm
Yeah.
not
And
over
that's
here.
why you said it was like a track meet because you did it at the yeah because we
Yeah,
did
because
that too.
it was the high school, or I
Because
think it was
you're
the
supposed to
college.
keep everybody though there's supposed to be somebody on the lap at all times,
There you go.
right?
Yeah, yeah. Because I did walk a lot, but there you go. I did that one. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because I
No, no,
remember
no, it's fine because I did that back in high school too. Uh, yeah, yeah.
let me see real quick. I want to do Relay for Life real quick because this is where we talk about what do you call it? Where we kind of go off subject because that's just a conversation we're having. Relay for Life is a community-based fundraising event for the American Cancer Society and many other cancer-related institutions, societies, and associations. Each year, more than 5,000 Relay for Life events take place. Damn, in over 20 countries. That's a lot. So yeah, it was that one. um, yeah. So Hands Across America was only done once.
Oh, dude, I know what happened.
What
So
happened?
the night that I went to the Relay for Life, I remember this. I had my tax test that day,
Oh yeah.
and it was the history portion. I was a junior in high school whenever I did it. But I was thinking about, I was like, there's something going on with my car whenever I went to that Relay Over for Life. I couldn't remember exactly what happened, but that morning I was late to my tax test, and I live like 40 minutes away. So, or I did at that time. So I'm like hauling it, try to get there. And by the way, my first vehicle was a Mustang. So I was just go as fast as I could. And so we lived like back on this dirt road, and it had some loose gravel, and it got away from me, and I went into a ditch and busted up my tire. Like, oh man, it was terrible. Like, it wasn't even really a ditch, it was like a culvert. Like, it went straight down. I still don't know how I got my car out of there, because I just like gunned it and got out of that ditch. Oh man, I totally like that memory just came crashing back. No pun intended. Um, but yeah, man, I remember having to change my tire on the Mustang, and like I was trying to get it done so fast, like my knuckles were bleeding because my my hand was scraping was like scraping on the asphalt and everything. Like, I was like, oh, I was already late, and then that happened. I was like, oh damn. Oh, actually, here I'm watching a trailer for Beerfest right now. Yeah, and it's mainly just the first time around. Whenever they go to Beerfest for the first time,
Mhm.
which I mean, oh, so I think that's pretty cool. Like oh man, that's essentially all the trailer is, just from Beerfest.
Yeah, dude.
Wow,
They bring you in. This is definitely
they
the guy.
even have Willie Nelson in the trailer.
Is he in the movie?
Willie Nelson?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's at the very end with Potfest.
Oh, that's right. Potfest. Yes, I
Yeah.
forgot. Sorry.
No, 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 it's fine.
They didn't. They
Uh,
never. They gotta do Potfest.
yeah, right.
I mean, everything's all legal now. I got a story for marijuana, a drug dealing one, but I won't share it because I gotta write it. But I do like a lot of the repeat offenders. Like this is also view askew elements we're getting in this movie because they repeat a lot of the same actors.
Well, yeah, and then you have the core. Yeah, okay, and here any resemblance to purely coincidental and quite friendly, quite sad. If you have attempted anything you see in this film, go home. Please drink responsibly. Damn, they had like this big disclaimer at the end of the trailer too. That's funny. Wow. Like you said, I think they had really kind of primed themselves. Like they were ready for this one.
Yeah,
And they
they're already conditioned by the time they got to this. I
yeah,
mean, they got the right actors. I love the horrible German accents. I like it
yeah.
when they all argue amongst each other because they're all like technical. So they all start
Und
bringing. Oh yeah,
und
they all start going.
und back.
We got the core. We have them here. We got Sandra Sakard as Barry, Kevin Heffernan as Landfill, Steve Lemmy as Fink, Paul Soder as Jan Wolfhouse, and Eric Stolhansky as Todd Wolfhouse. And like I said earlier, I met Eric Stolhansky on Cameo. So he was doing like chats for $5. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I talked to him twice because the first time I felt like it went by too fast. I didn't really get anything. And the second time he was like, hey, CJ. I was like, hey, what's up, man? And I asked him, how did you guys like, how is it like working with a group? And then how do you get outsiders to help you out? And he was like, man, to be honest with you, like I've known these guys since I was kids, man. We just kind of all know each other. We know what we like. We all watch the same stuff. And I was like, oh shit, that's awesome. Like I'm kind of the gun for hire now. I just kind of show up when if I were to like want to work with like a team or somebody, it'd be like I'd either start my own team or you'd have to be like what I'm trying to say, like they're already solid unit. They just want to play. And then we have another Glorious Leachman as the great
Yep.
Gam Gam, and so this is the thing. So Gam Gam. So this
Will Arnett as well.
I have a quick question, real quick, with Gam Gam, because this is
Yeah.
there's 4 generations right here. There's
No. Well, there's technically only 3 generations represented.
that represented, but there's 4, right? Because it's
There's
Gam
4
Gam,
total. There's
and
because
then
Keith is
yeah, and then not Keith, Donald Sutherland, right? As
yeah.
so he would
Don-
be he's the son, which is weird, because he's old
Mhm.
as fuck. And so you hold his Gam Gam, and then you have I guess it would be Todd and Jan's parents, which they don't come out, and then it's Todd and Jan are the fourth. So it's 4 generations that we have here. So they're able to. So yeah, so Gam Gam's probably like 100 years old.
Uh, yeah, yeah. Because
Fantastic.
Kiefer, uh, if she was young enough, say she was like 15 and ran off. If she's only 15 years older than Kiefer Sutherland, so he's probably in his like,
Are you talking about
s-
Donald Sutherland?
damn, yes, Donald Sutherland. Say he's in his like 70s in this movie, so she'd be like 85, 90. So that
All
would
right, so
be
close, close.
that would track if she was that age.
So yeah, you're right. Let's say she was 15 when she had what is it Bobo? What's his name? What's the grandpa's name?
No, it's Johan. Johan.
Johan. Okay, so it's Gam Gam, Johan, and then it'd be Todd and Jan's parents. So they're probably maybe 25 or something, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, so they're yeah, so this works out perfect the way they
Well,
wrote it.
and yeah, so he's yeah, because Todd and Jan are he said he was what 33.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
that would work out.
so
That
check
his
this. So check
what you
this
got?
out. You did catch the cameos, right? By the other guys?
Yeah,
By
yeah, yeah.
okay.
At the beginning.
So here are the names. It's Kevin Heffernan is Landfill, Gill, and Sausage Lady. Jay Sandra Sakard is Barry and Blind Sky. And then Steve Lemmy is Fink, and his name is MCEMCEE. It's like he's got a name. The character is not just like it's not like I don't know drag or anything. It's like
MC.
yeah, MC. It's funny. And then so that's them three. And I think who's in the background? I think it's Eric Stolhansky's in the background of the sausage lady because that's Kevin Heffernan. Which is I love that they played those characters. Like it's
Yeah.
also you actually have to see Steve Lemmy's face. They did that on purpose, where you could tell like, oh wait, those other guys were part of the Broken Lizard too. You just had to pick up on it. But I thought
Hmm.
that was nice. But we also have, so his name is it, man? He's a repeat offender from Judge Dredd. Um, Jo-
I know who you're
Joren,
talking.
I gotta look this up real quick, man. Joren Proch now. I don't know how to
Let's
say
see.
that U with the little dots on it with the eyeballs
Let's
or the
see.
eyes. Juen Brochau. He's a great actor. He's usually plays a
Yeah, I
villain.
know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then you got
Yeah.
these other guys, Aussie Sailors 1 and 2. Well, there are some Aussies. Oh, but those Aussies are in the actual second time they go to Beerfest.
Right. I was gonna see if either one of those big German dudes were in Die Hard, but I don't think they were.
Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. Hee-hoo. That was last year's.
That was last year's.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
man. That's hilarious.
There's a lot. I'm trying to find the other guys. Like the guy with the gap. I just don't know what his name is. But those guys, like they're in
All
a
right.
lot of the
So
movies.
Nat Faxon,
Yes, that's him.
he
That's him.
he is a repeat offender from Slam and Salmon.
Yes,
Well,
Will
oh yeah,
Forte.
Will Forte. I think I said Arnett earlier. Yeah, Will Forte. He is a repeat offender from Slam and Salmon.
Will Forte plays Otto. Nat Fashion plays Rolf, and
Yup.
Eric Christian also plays Gunter. When he's like a first
Yeah.
one here, Gunter. That's funny, dude.
Is
Um,
he hasn't been in anything we've seen
I don't
before?
think so. I don't think so. He's
Um.
in Dumb and Dumber. Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny. So this guy, I mean, unfortunately, I don't. I think he passed away. The hustler, Isaac Cappy. I think he offed himself. If I can't remember, I think he recently died. Yes, he was 2019. He plays one of those like back the fuck off, Antonio. This is my dick. Like that whole scene's funny. Like when they go pick up Barry.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. This guy
Oh man,
Isaac Cappy.
you said what happened? Wow, he jumped off a bridge.
Yeah, dude. I think there's a conspiracy theory with him too. Like he knew something that he wasn't supposed to know, or
Cause
and
he's
more
been
like
in a few things. He was he's a repeat offender, bro.
from
Fanboys.
That's right. He's the guy that goes in for the they go for the freaking is that a you got any Star Trek stuff? Like, yeah, we have it here for Trekkies to sniff out
Yeah,
Trekkies.
it's his name is Garfunkel
Yeah,
in that movie. Yeah, he was
he's 42.
wow,
He's young.
interesting.
Yeah,
That's
he committed suicide. Yeah, there's some kind of YouTube thing I found with him on it, and I think I was like, oh, that's that guy, Isaac Cappy, but he's R.I.P. He's been passed on. Um,
we have Monique in this movie.
oh, Monique's in it. Gosh, she's like funny too. Like that whole
Mm-hmm.
sex thing, punch him in the balls. I was like, that has to hurt.
Uh-uh. Uh-uh. I love that part too.
Oh, and he goes,
Um,
I knew the whole time, like getting drunk. God, that looks like me so bad. Like I was like, God, that was probably me at the bars. Like all
You know,
fucked up. Like,
oh,
hey, ladies.
that was another thing too, that we would start chanting. We're not that drunk. We're not that drunk. Like
Yeah,
that.
college was yeah, because this one came out while I was. Let's see, I'd probably be a junior in college when Beerfest came out.
Yeah,
So yeah, it was like right at the peak for us, man. We watched this movie a lot. Like a lot of people would definitely quote this movie. Like
yeah. No, I was. Let's see. I was a junior in high school, so but I probably didn't watch this movie until I got to college. Honestly,
yeah, it's a
yeah,
great college movie, man. This is
it
fun.
really is. Um,
Fuck it.
let's
Landfill.
see.
He's eating. Like it's even funny. They have the Asian what do you call it? Competitive eaters because they always win it. There's always like a skinny Asian dude who's like the guy
Yeah,
that wins the competitions.
that's why I'd never caught that before. That he was like I went Muslim. He was eating hot dogs just a little bit before. Um. Oh,
Well,
we
that's
also
that's
have
that's the first landfill, right?
yeah, that's the first landfill.
Phil
Um.
Glendale, aka landfill.
We also have a repeat offender with Felipe Breckenmeyer, or yeah, Brett Brennick Meyer, Brennick, yeah, Meyer.
Where's he
Anyway,
at? I mean, let me get
he was in Super Troopers.
let me mess this name up.
He is
What?
the air referee. He's the
Oh,
ref. He's the ref in
dude,
Beerfest.
he does such a great job. I think.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
and
he's like one of my
he's
favorite
the
characters.
yeah dude, and he was the swinger in Super Troopers.
Yes, dun, da, they bring that song back. Da, dip, dip, dap, da, da, dip, dip,
Mhm.
da, 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 dip, dip, dap, dip, oh, dip. Felipe Breckenmeyer.
It's Breckenmeyer, bro.
I've met Breckenmeyer.
Maybe they have his name as maybe that's the joke. His
Yeah,
name.
but
Oh,
he's
he's isn't. Oh wait, no.
dude. I love that his character in this movie is just perfect. He like brings up the energy. Like he really he's by the book too. Like he's like no go dad. Like he's in it. He's like the perfect I guess host or like hype man or something.
Yeah, he's uh ref ref man.
Yeah, he does a great job, man.
Air ref. That's
If
yeah, that's
that
his
it
name. Or
they
referee, excuse me.
they down
Yeah.
indeed.
Mhm. Ooh,
The
who
guy.
wants a mustache ride? I want one. I want
Oh,
one.
I do. They even like that. That's clever because they even show that later. Charlie Finkelstein, aka Fink.
Which this is the probably the only movie that Steve Lemmy doesn't look like Steve Lemmy.
I like that. That's
Me
funny.
too, man. Because even his character, the French like guy that he plays, like that looks like him, but this doesn't. So I think that's kind of funny too. You know?
Which French guy?
Oh, whenever they're going through the hallway, the character he plays there, like that looks like Steve Lemmy.
MC.
Yeah, yeah, that one.
Dude, I saw a stand up by Steve Lemmy and Kevin Heffernan.
Oh
That's
yeah,
pretty good. I mean, it was more
Big Man, Little Boy. Is
yeah,
that what it was?
it
Yeah,
was more like what do you call it?
like a
Now that I
night with
thought about
Kevin
that,
Smith.
it was more stage performance than comedy and
Yeah,
stand up. I mean, it was funny, but it was more stage. But I forget he's like I think he's Argentine. Like he doesn't. I mean, he doesn't know anything in culture. I think I remember he's like, yeah, my father's is Argentine, and I'm just American. But like, yeah, so him playing this Jew is kind of
that's
funny.
yeah,
And then
right.
and then the frog he's jerking it off and he's explaining, and then the frog's like, hey, keep going. He's like, oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, and then it keeps on getting louder and louder and louder until the very end.
Yeah, and
Oh
then
man,
yeah, he does a great job. Like oh, the strikeout. Have you ever done one of those?
yeah.
Did it
I
knock
we
did it,
actually we actually would do those and then go to the bar.
did it would it knock you out or what would
No.
you? So I mean I did one like recently like two like before my son was born like
No,
three four years ago.
if I did it now, it would.
No, I did it. It didn't really do anything to me, but I remember doing it back then, and I
Yeah,
remember it didn't like it didn't knock me out, but I was fatigued as hell, man. Like I just
yeah.
remember being like, "Oh shit!" But it's also I was more in my head. But it wasn't like it wasn't a high that lasted. It was only a little like in a little bit, but you
Yeah.
know, um,
That's funny that you mentioned that because honestly, after doing those, I was like, and we went to the bar, and I very well could have just like went home. I did that numerous times, like, yeah, we're gonna go to the bar, and I just like, all right, yeah, I'll meet you there, and I just go home.
Oh, I did that a lot, yeah. Oh, I was, introduced to the Irish goodbye, and
Yeah.
I found that out, I was like, "Oh, hell yeah, I don't have to say bye
Oh,
to
dude,
everybody. Fuck yeah."
I would still make my rounds. There would be a couple people I would always be like, "All right, man, see you later, see you later."
Well, I got caught because I learned that through coworkers. Because I was like, parties were whatever, and I was always raised like you say hi to everybody, say bye to everybody, like everywhere anywhere you go, you let people know you're there. You let the
Mhm.
host know, that you're taking off, so they at least know that you're already gone. You didn't just like whatever. But then as I started getting older, I started hanging out at these like restaurant parties or just like bar parties. I was like, this suck, man. And then when I so a couple of like friends that I met in that scene, they're like, all right, they're taking bets, like they're joking around taking bets at what time I was gonna leave. And then I was like, "What do you mean?" They go, "Yeah, you have a good sneaky Irish goodbye now." I was like, "Irish goodbye? What's that?" That's when you just leave a party. You don't tell anybody you're there, then you're gone. They don't even know you're gone. And I was like, "Oh shit, that's cool. I didn't know I had that." But then I was like, "Oh, now I'm gonna." And that other parties would go on or something. I'd be like, nah, I'd look at them and I give them like a squint, and they'd be like, "Oh, he's leaving. Look." I was like, "Yeah," because they're like, "He's pretty good." Because I was like, I come in with like a lot of energy, like like, and then like talking to people and just being all loud and stupid. And then you leave and they're like, well, where's that energy going? I was like, oh, he's gone. He's been gone for an hour. Like,
Yep.
you know, but Bathurst as Barry Bathurst. Man, that is funny how he gets
That's
drunk.
it's like, all right. We got Z jobs for $5. What's the Z job? If you can, or he doesn't even say how
No,
much it is. Never
it's
mind.
15 bucks. He
Oh,
goes,
was
he
it?
goes, he goes, 15 bucks for he goes, it's yeah, I
I'll
actually
pay.
got it right. I
You
got it
can
right here.
pay.
Watch. I got it right here. Check it out. So it's $10 for a BJ, $12 for HJ, $15 for a ZJ. What's a ZJ? If you have to ask, big man, can't afford it. And then me and my buddies like David Pineda, man, we would quote this scene a lot because they always say
Yeah.
they always make fun of me and say you look like Jay Sanders card, and I'd be like, if I did, I'd have a mouth to feed, and they just like you start laughing like they start taking the quote out, and I'd be like I or something
I've
like
been
somebody
shitting
walk in,
pancakes ever since.
I gotta say that, or somebody would walk into a bar or somewhere we're at, and then a friend would go say hi to him, and I'd say like, "Back the fuck off, Antonio. That's my dick." And they did that to me too. Like we just joke around all the time, dude. It was funny, man. Like I remember just always just like I love quoting movies. I think it's one of the coolest things you could do is when someone actually knows. It's kind of a form of improvisation too, but
Mhm.
with I mean, if they're written.
Insert movie quote here. Like you apply it to whenever it's you need it.
You know what's
At the,
insane is what's up?
no, I was just gonna say I still do that at work sometimes.
Well, what it's insane is I used to quote movies, like I said, when I was a kid, and people used to like fucking get all pissed off at me or just tell me stuff. But then I moved to Austin, and I quote movies, and people love doing that. So it's just for your environment, pretty much. But
Yeah.
if you have movies to talk about it, I think nowadays everybody's seen movies. I think there's just so many movies now. It's gonna be really hard to like. You're gonna see people like I binge watched four in 2 months. I binge watched five freaking series, and then you binge watched five, but then we only saw one in common.
Yeah.
It's gonna be kind of weird, and it's probably not the best one or something, or maybe I don't know. But
You
it's
know what's funny is like I was just thinking about saying movie quotes at work, and sometimes I'll say them to myself too. Like I will have a movie quote, and nobody really has to get it or understand it. Like I've been disappointed enough that I'm just like, okay, fine, then just move on. It's like, oh, you haven't seen that movie, cool. Like it doesn't even phase me anymore.
yeah.
But yeah, man.
I got one from The Crow.
What do you got?
And the shopkeeper, the pawn guy. He always says shit on me. So it's like always like shit on me. So if I were to get like I don't know, you cleaning something, and it's like dirty water or something like at the restaurant or at home or anything, and the damn thing like falls on my legs, and I
Mhm.
just be like, God damn it, shit on me. Like it's just like I got that from there.
if
Shit.
I'm ever mad and I didn't want salmon, I said it 5 times. Like
That's
that.
from oh God, what is that from?
It's Will Ferrell.
Okay, where have I heard that from? Is that from
It's
Step Brothers?
Step Brothers. Yeah,
That's where that. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
That, and then if I'm like in a conversation with somebody and I want to do something, but they're like, no, you shouldn't do this. Like, you gotta let me fly. I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly. Like from the other guys, like that one's a solid quote
I
too.
always
I
and
apparently I like Will Ferrell quotes. Uh,
uh, well, apparently
it
when what's up?
it it works 60% of the time. It works every
All the
time.
time, Panther. Sex Panther. I could see now how dating me would be kind of hard back in the day, where I would be making my own quotes just to see how they sound. With like someone like, "Well, are you being serious?" And I'd be like, "You damn right, I'm not being serious. You damn right, I'm not." Just say so like, and then
Use
like,
your
"What's
mouth
going
when
on?"
you're talking to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or like where he says, "We have an expression around here. Get the fuck out of here!" It's hilarious. I love that one. Boondock Saints. Why don't you bite like a tree and shut the fuck up or get the fuck out of here?
Yeah,
Like,
that's oh yeah, like off of Back to the Future and shit like that.
mm, the
Make
submarine
like a
screen,
tree and get out of here.
the submarine screen door, you idiot, you moron.
Yeah,
I think honestly, with just like the way people talk nowadays, like I don't know. I think we should make shirts with quotes on them, and that way people know what they see the quote, they're like, oh, that they know. We at least know like it's a safe zone. Like, hey, we can talk movies.
or maybe do like a Lone Star puzzle thing, and
What is
like
that?
like a Lone Star beer puzzle.
Oh, the beers. Yes,
Yeah,
yeah. Where
and
it has
then
the
have
little
like
images.
a movie quote, but it's like pictures, a picture
Yeah.
quote.
What do you think about that?
TM, picture quote. TM.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What do you think about that? That Todd has to drink Goldschlager to
I
be
think I've
drunk.
had Goldschlager like once or twice in my whole life.
I've had it a lot, man.
Wait. No, I think it is actually. There was. Oh,
Well, they say that stupid shit about that it has little real pieces of gold in it, so aluminum gold that cuts the back of your throat to get drunk faster. And I used to hear that shit all the time. I was always like, whatever.
yeah.
Uh, what do you call it? Yeah, no, that's like a nasty hangover nowadays. I don't even touch that. The
Oof, no.
sugary shit, I stay away from it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Same.
but what was I gonna say? I also do like the part that they are kind of responsible because they take away all the keys
Hmm.
from everybody, so they don't let them drink and drive.
Yeah. No, they definitely. And you never see them driving. They're always biking.
Yeah, and
Yep.
have you ever done a tandem bike?
No. God
I did.
no.
I tried to ride one by myself with just the two. It was hard.
I
You need
I
you need the you need the both people on it. I think, in my
what's it?
opinion.
I like at the end whenever he's trying to ride away on the tandem bike and keeps on falling over.
Well,
It's like
that's just
and then whenever the coroner takes the blankets away from him.
yeah. I think it's funny though that they actually have a tandem bike with all five of them on it. Like that's awesome.
Yeah. I
Like
wonder if they had to have that made.
they have to, of course, for personally for them, of course. I like Barry's like freaking he wears that blue freaking like tuxedo when
Yeah.
they go oh, and that's what I mean, I said this before, but like I think maybe on this podcast, but like dude, that was us, man, back in the day, the with the boxing gloves at that party. Like dude, we those are those big boxing gloves that we would get, and people would like fight with them. And it was the girls that would always fight, man. The girls are the ones that they'd be like, I want to fight that girl. I'm gonna fight. Okay, let's fight. And they go at it. And I was always like, damn, those boxing gloves are like they don't really hurt you, but they can hurt you. They can do a
Yeah.
little damage, but they're heavy. It's so hard. Like it's so hard to cock your arm back and hit somebody with it. Like I had the length of the arms, but it was just no power because it's just so long, and I was all weak. I do like the running joke about the black eye with Jan.
Yeah.
That's a good one. See what I'm saying? Like, there's things about this movie that have so many elements of movies in it. It's like slapstick, but it's like there's just a bunch of like a lot of nonsense stuff. It's all funny. It all adds up to like humorous. I don't know if this is still my favorite one. I think now that I've gotten older and watching these, they've aged a little different for me. But I will say that I don't know. I fell in love with Super Troopers again. Watching it when we did our
Hmm.
podcast. Like I like because also I'm seeing it as an independent movie. Like this movie. What did this movie have for a budget? Beerfest. Let's see. It had a 17. Wow, that's amazing. It had a $17.5 million budget and only came in with 20 million. I could have sworn everybody in college was quoting this fucking movie. Like everybody. Man, that sucks, dude. I know they did this on purpose with Beer League, Artie Lang's Beer League. It was 2.8 million for the budget, and it only made 472 and 185,000. They probably had because it wasn't here. It wasn't in like San Marcos or Austin. I had to like buy it.
Really
Hmm.
interesting. Let's see here. What date did Beer League come out?
September 15th, 2006. Beerfest was what August? Yeah, August. So actually, Beerfest came out first a month before.
Oh, so that's what it was. Is like everybody saw. They probably mixed up the two.
They did a
Like,
lot. A lot of people. I'd be, have y'all seen Beer League? And they're like, no, Beerfest. No, no, Beer League. Artie Lang made a movie, Beer League. Who's Artie Lang? I was like, oh god damn it. It's like, but I think I do like seeing the progression of getting drunk too. How they show this movie. It's just it's good, dude. I still think it's one of my favorite movies. I just think it's funny. But now that I see how they how I mean I thought it would have made. I thought this would have been one of those comedies that killed. I'm pretty sure DVD sales this thing killed. You know.
so what did you say? You're saying Beerfest didn't have very good?
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, it only got Beerfest only racked in 20 million on 17.5. So only basically only made $3 million profit.
Oh, so
So I thought
okay,
it was one of those. I thought it was one of those
interesting. Yeah, man. This, like I said, it must. So wow.
generational change or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean if they had done it in so okay, so I feel like American Pie was a big hit. So if they did it in 2003, then it probably would have been prime time,
Yeah.
But I mean, you were a junior in college too, and like I said, after I was watching it in college as well. Um, you know,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because
six years later. So I
yeah.
mean,
So
yeah, it had
I'm,
to. Let's see here, because they have like they normally have. Let's
I
see
mean,
if they have it on
you can find it
Wikipedia.
on Wikipedia. I know on the on IMDb.
Oh,
But
it
let's
tells
see.
you DVD sales and everything.
Yeah, I should say it on there. But I'm on the trivia real quick. I want to touch up on some stuff. Hopefully, it's not like the Artie Lang one, like Beer League. The cast drank non-alcoholic O'Doul beer during most of the filming, although although alcoholic beer was sometimes consumed near the end of the filming.
Hmm.
Do you want to hear a quick story about my O'Douls on movie set experience?
Yeah.
So I was an extra on Friday Night Lights, and this at this point I was the series. At this point, I was already kind of like already knowing people and getting you get closer to the camera or something like that. And so I started meeting people, and they were doing we were doing a day scene, but it was a night party, so they put like tarps around the house to make it dark. And then we're drinking out of they're drinking O'Douls. And I noticed people were like, "Oh, this isn't real beer," so people were just kind of drinking, sipping on it. They weren't really getting shots. So I was like, "Nah, I want to fucking like drink it. I want to show people like I want to come out." And then I do have like a glimpse. Like you do catch me at the in the show. Like I'm chugging it, but you can only see that. You just see like my profile and the beer in my hand because it's a crowd of people. But I was drinking it, so I drank a lot of O'Douls, and I drank like I don't know 8 or 9 O'Douls, like pint glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I'll tell you one thing about drinking O'Douls, you get no buzz like at all. Like it's like you can feel. I guess you get a little bit, but it had all the effects of beer without the buzz. So I was like burping and farting like real bad, and then I had to go like crap. It was just like I was like, damn. I mean, I got closer because I was in the back and I got closer to the camera, but damn, it was a sacrifice. My stomach was hurting. But Will
Uh,
Forte impressed the cast with what's that? What were you gonna say?
oh, so actually, what we were talking about earlier with Potfest, there. So on Wikipedia, I was just kind of looking through to see the uh, sales and everything for the DVD, but I found this. Despite the statement at the end of the beer fest or at the end of Beer Fest that Potfest is coming soon, Broken Lizard intended this as a joke to get publicity. They have stated both that fans were very supportive of the title, that Broken Lizard may decide to make an animated film with the same name. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
In 2012, Broken Lizard member Jay, say it for me,
San Jose card.
Sendra Sekar, revealed that Smokefest might actually happen. That Willie Nelson, Cheech of Cheech and Chong, and Snoop Dogg agreed to appear in the movie. In June 2013, it was confirmed that the movie would be released after Super Troopers 2. In 2014, it was confirmed that it would be a live action film rather than proposed animated film. It was later announced in 2016 that Beerfest TV series will air on the CW. As of October 2020, there have been no further announcements for the future of the project. So probably won't be getting Smoke Fest anytime soon.
Nah, we have to make it. Well, check this out. Let's get some of the trivia. I did like the Will Forte that they impressed. Will Forte's what do you say? Said here, Will Forte impressed the cast with his beer drinking speed, so he was the quick drinker, and also has David Hasselhoff was the filmmaker's first choice for Baron von Wolfhausen, and
Mm,
then to
that's
actually
hilarious.
Yeah, it would have because they love David Hasselhoff, so
Yep.
I guess he turned it down. The song sung by the crowd during the initial scene at Oktoberfest is a popular German song, Marmor Stein und Eisen, Marble, Stone, and Iron. I don't speak German. The characters' name Hammacher and Schlember are together the same as unskilled mail ordered catalog. I don't. Sorry, I totally butchered that. But
Nah.
there's also the cast featured three Oscar winners. Yeah, Nate Faxon, Gloris Leachman, and Monique. Holy crap! Oh yeah, for Precious, right?
What
Monique
was
for
Nate
Precious.
Faxon nominated for?
He's an Oscar winner. Let's find out. Can you look it up
Yeah.
real quick?
Yeah. Sorry, I had something about production and everything on this, but yeah, I'm actually
Eric
curious.
Stolhansky is the only man left in the Broken Lizard comedy group who has yet to be nude on screen. So you have Jay on this one. Then you have
Oh, the Descendants.
the Descendants. What did he do on that? He had a role.
Best
Right.
writing adapted screenplay.
Oh, so he wrote it. So
Wow.
he's a
Okay.
writer. Awesome. So he's a writer that happens to be like he just likes movies, I guess, and likes to come on them. So
Was he a writer on SNL? I wonder.
probably, something like I think he probably come from that pedigree. The German delivery boy is played by James Roday. Roday starred in the series Psych, on which Jay Sandersaekard Barry directed 4 episodes. The
Hmm.
shape of the final beer mug is the shape of a big boot. Everybody refers to it as Das Boot. That means the boot in German. However, it is also referred to the actor Jean-Ren Porchnot, famous for acting in the legendary German movie Das Boot. So yeah, so Steve Lemmy's character Charlie Finkelstein is named after the character Barrington Fink, 1991, from the Coen Brothers movie of the same name. Steve wears the same glasses and has the same curly hairstyle as Baron Fink, Barton Fink. The
Oh,
sweetest,
okay.
yeah, this is some cool stuff here. The sweetest drinking game song that is heard at Oktoberfest right after the Australian sailors has sung there is called Helen Gar. Helengar. It is a song traditionally sung before indulging a small glass of Aviv, Sorry,
Hmm.
not German. So yeah, that's some good stuff here.
Yeah.
Schlitzenwitz Schlitzdellwissen is a name put together from a vulgar German words. The literal translation is cock jerking. CJ
Schlandelwitzen.
Slanovitzen.
Mr. Slenoholzen had us over here. Like they butcher his name every time. Um, so I have a couple questions for you before we start rating these.
What up?
The beer drinking games that they have in here. Which ones have you played? So
I
I know
never.
I haven't done the monkey was it like the monkey chug? Haven't done that. Haven't done the pour. Well, might have done the pour, but
You've done
not
the.
at
I think
distance.
yeah, we've done the pour, but it's not that high because I did the pour too, but it wasn't that high.
Yeah.
I've
They didn't have keg stands, which was interesting. Maybe that's
yeah,
a strictly American thing.
I did like that they got
I,
when
I
they're
guess
working
that's
out.
technically a monkey chug, though.
That's
A
true.
keg stand
Okay,
would, I mean, essentially, it's a little different, but not really.
I did like how he's working out and carrying that keg over his head and drinking it and running at the same time. Like
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
like
right.
ridiculous. Yeah, the quarters. I play a lot of quarter games. I play a
Quarters,
lot of
yeah,
Death Cup, like beer pong.
yeah.
I
I
played
never
this.
played. I never played it like that. Which is also kind of funny because we had Harold and Kumar for Christmas last year,
Uh-huh.
and they had Rochambeau. Was
Rochambeau,
like
yeah.
yeah, and that was all. I always enjoyed that scene. But yeah, no, we played beer pong, except we just we shot it like Harold and Kumar. We didn't do the beer. We didn't have the paddle or anything. Uh,
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I've never done the paddle one,
yeah, me
and
neither.
that one. Also, I was trying to say, who's
You
the
play rim rules.
yeah.
Uh,
Oh, dude, that's why I stopped playing beer pong. All these new rules came out. Like girls can
yeah.
stick their hand in the cup, guys couldn't. Girls can blow, and this if you do it. It was so. I think all this shit started happening. I was like, man, here we go, just generation and complicating
Oh,
bullshit.
dude, hell, whenever I was playing there for a little while, they had 3D pong. So you would stack the cups up in a vertical motion, and so you would start off with one cup on top, and then you go down to three, and then have five at the very bottom. And that's how you made
Oh
it.
wow, I never played that one before.
Yeah, and
That's
so and
that seems like Chandelier's kind of game I'd play.
yeah, and well, and so you would think that the cups would fall over a lot, right?
Yeah.
honestly, they just slide into the cup underneath. So you're if you're drinking dirty beer anyway, that's your
Yeah,
own. I mean, that was the thing too. Is like we quit putting beer in there.
just water.
Probably, yeah. We just put water, and that way you could just like first off not drink dirty ass beer.
Yeah.
Second off, it's just better. And that was pre-COVID, so I think we were doing our part back then.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Um,
but I'm saying that's how you build the immunity, right? You just
yeah, right.
keep
Yeah.
it going.
Um, but yeah, man. And another thing, another this would never really caught on, but I had a buddy of mine who he kind of made up his own little beer pong game, but it was like each each round or once you did one shot, it was like a bunch of trick shots really. Once you did one shot, then you could move on to the next one and move on to the next one and stuff like that. So uh and like once you made a cup, you know what I'm saying? Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Like once you made that cup, okay, then you have to make it left-handed. Okay, now you have to do it behind the back. Okay, stuff like that. So apparently just got so bored playing beer pong that we had to reinvent the wheel on that one. But yeah, man, that's one that I played quarters. Played quarters.
I hated the Never Have I Ever game. That was stupid.
Oh, I know, man.
I had that game.
King's Cup. Did you ever play King's Cup?
I'm trying to remember what it was. I think I have played it. It sounds familiar. I used to
It's
play me.
probably it's probably the same thing. You just get a deck of cards, and then whoever uh s- pops the beer first has
Yeah,
to drink it.
there was this
Yeah.
one game I used to love playing with. It was with beer. It was called Chandeliers, and it's basically everybody has a cup in front of them, and there's like a bowl in the middle. So everybody kind of wages how much of your beer you're gonna pour in there, and it's like you kind of attack people. So everyone's in a circle, and if you're like across me and I shoot yours, I shoot my quarter into your drink, you have to drink it, you know. And it's
Hmm.
kind of it sounds gross, but I mean, which is what we did, and that's why we're stronger now. And
Yeah.
they would pop the quarter, and you make it. Well, if somebody you do a payment, so you pay you have to pour some of your beer into the bowl, and then that's how you would be able to do your quarter, and you're going to row clockwise or counterclockwise, whatever way you want it. But sometimes, like people like me or other, real good asshole would pour the whole beer in there, and then what you do is in this bowl is full of beer. If you fling the quarter inside the bowl, everybody has to drink. The last person to drink has to chug the bowl. So everybody kind of just does like everybody's just used to drinking the same beer. Sometimes we did it where you mix it. If somebody put like liquor in there with the beer, and it's like not good.
Oof.
That was like a really bad game. Like, but it was always fun when you play with beer because it was we could play for like hours. But you just play it, and then like I got pretty good at bouncing quarters, kind of like Barry, my brown brother. It was just like freaking. I would get them from a distance, or like you're supposed to, because you could also they started doing other rules where you can like block and stuff. But if you got someone not looking, they'd have to chug it. You could get someone like I mean, it was just a fun game. I remember playing that game a lot. I also like the fact that when they come out as the USA, they play the it's like the Chicago Bulls the theme song for them for their championship run. Dun, 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 da, da, da. Like they went all out. Like there's a lot of things I caught this one that I didn't get. I'm happy that I purchased this. I'm happy that
Listen, I got to say, first we got to beat the British, and then we beat the Germans. That's how America does it.
I
Uh,
all right,
and
so we're looking
everybody
at
in between too.
we got
Oh,
18.
Didn't they? No, it was the Germans that beat the Mexicans.
Oh
Wasn't
yeah, because
yeah.
they're drinking the Mexicans look funny too. They look like I was like, oh yeah, Mexicanos. I do love that referee guy. He's funny. The green, he's just jumping around. But all right, let's see. Let's rate these bad boys because we got 18 minutes and we got to talk about that where we're going with Halloween.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. Okay, let's. I'm pretty simple on these ratings, so let me get Rotten Tomatoes pulled up.
yeah, I already got mine up, but I'll get started on the IMDb for Beer League. It has a 5.9 out of 10 with 7.9 thousand views. My rating and here is already a 10 for 10, so we'll see what everyone else thinks because I already know
Let's
what the
see.
freaking run. Look at that. I knew it was that's
Let's
not
see. Rotten Tomatoes for Beer League is going to be 27% on the tomato meter, only out of 15 reviews though, so it really doesn't have a whole lot of reviews on there. Audience score is going to be a 58% out of 10,000 plus ratings, so there are quite a few there. It doesn't even have a critics consensus. I think we had that same problem last week too, didn't we?
what did we get a
That time
zero on? I can't remember. We got zero. Remember there's a zero?
it no, it wasn't zero. Well, last week we had Dirty Work and
No, but I mean like four. I have I got to go back and post them. I have like this is number 6, but it's like we had
oh, Oh, Dorm Days has 0. I see that.
No, no. What
That's
we did a movie that we remember. I was like, they didn't even have like a consensus, and they didn't. But it was a independent movie. I'll remember it later. And
yeah.
but I even like the reviews here for Beer League. I mean, it's got a 27, which is like whatever. It's like a this is a foul ball of comedy and raunchy Roche's frat party. I don't get that at all. That is stupid from Tony from February 2nd, 2009. This is not a frat party at all.
No, no.
Um,
Or they were talking about Beer League?
yeah,
No,
Beer League.
no. Beer Fest is the frat party.
Yeah,
Get
that's the
out of here,
frat
man.
party. Here's Beer League is not. This is a good rotten one. Beer League is not for tender ears, but more for the beer bellied, rascally rule breaker in all of us. And most importantly, there's a great chance something in here will make you laugh. Yeah, because it's real.
Yeah.
He scored a B. Like, yeah, okay, that's good. Let's see another good one. Beer League is raunchy and tacky, but it's a hell of a lot funnier than something like Failure to Launch. Taking a shot, Artie Lang, Howard Stern's radio sidekick, somehow manages to get to make beer league softball seem no fun at all and extremely lowbrow comedy. Whatever. That's yeah, that's the real though. That's all the leagues are. Like they're not fun. Like that's competitive. I'm pretty sure the one I'm gonna join is gonna be like not as drunk, but it's gonna be definitely competitive as fuck. No softball has its own seminal classic. That's true. That's true. This is a classic softball movie.
Yeah.
Let's move on because this is a 27, and then the voters got a 58. Oh, the audience
Yeah.
score.
So
Let's see.
audience wasn't even that keen on it.
All right, so let's go to Beerfest
All right.
on IMDb. It's got a 6.3 out of 10, 66,000 views. My rating's already a 10. What did you get for the Rotten Tomatoes?
So for Rotten Tomatoes, I have a 41% tomato meter score out of 108 reviews. And audience score, I have a 75% with 100 plus ratings. The critics' consensus, though, looks like it's going to be a rotten review. Beerfest features some laugh-inducing gags, but it's too long and the pacing too uneven to form a coherent, functioning comedy. I wholeheartedly disagree with that. Um, yeah, altogether. That's not a very good critics consensus to put on there. That must be one of the actual reviews for the 41%. And I think you're right with the DVD sales and everything with 75% with the audience. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is like one of those that they made a lot of money. Like it's just it is. If I was like a girl watching this, like yeah, unless you had a sense of humor like this, or you had brothers, or I don't know, depending what you like this would
Yeah.
be kind of hard to like
Well,
really swallow because it is like it's raunchy, but I say more as like classical raunchy, like
yeah. Yeah.
but
There's one of the reviews says 5 pounds of funny stuff in a 12-pound bag.
oh,
Damn.
these people,
Said three out of 5 stars for that one.
three out the
It's
foot.
it's not for everyone, but this delivers pretty much everything you could be expecting from a film called Beer Fest.
Well, there's
Yeah,
a
that's fair.
so the person that liked freaking Beer League, Richard Roper, which is it says even a Roper. It says even a wacky, stupid comedy like this, you have to have some thread of plot. It does have a plot. I don't get
What
it.
on Beer League?
Yeah, Beer Fest.
Oh, Beer Fest definitely has
This guy,
plot.
this
Yeah,
guy wrote a better. He wrote a better. What's up? Yeah, he wrote a better review on Beer League than he did on Beer Fest. I'm like, whoa, I thought they'd both be good, but
yeah. Let's
well,
see. Okay, this is a January 31st, 2021 review, and this is from the critics. Rude, vulgar, sophomoric, and stupid, and I mean that in the best possible way. 3 out of 5. And that's recently, man.
I still don't know anything.
Yeah. All right. So here's the real question. Out
Sir,
of 13, what are you giving Beer League?
I'm gonna take off the banner in 3, 2, 1. Heisenfeis!
Oh
Um,
shit.
Beer League. Hello, hello. He's so much bigger than me. Oh, is he too scared to get out of the car? All right, I'm getting you. I have to be closer. No, let's say I am giving Beer League no shits, no giggles. This is a straight fucking straight up for everything that I know about this movie, everything that I was put into it. Artie Lang at that. Like he went and did this, and it's so real. I feel like it's aging well for a filmmaker as myself, someone that grew up kind of like that. Yeah, I would say that this is a 13 for me, man. That's for independent wise, like my
Okay.
independent. But if I were to, I could not recommend this to a lot of people. But it's a 13 for me. But I think a lot of people wouldn't want to watch this, and a lot of people would be like, why would you read it? I'd be like, nah, you gotta be a filmmaker. You gotta have that like conscious of knowing what the environment is that you want to grasp. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna give this one a 9.
that's
This
what I
one's a
figured.
9. Yeah. Um, it's funny. Yeah. It's I don't know. I just it's not quite a 10 for me, but I see the merit in this. It made me laugh. If it can if it can at least make me laugh out loud one time, I think it's a solid movie. And this definitely did that.
This
Um,
has this like jokes after jokes after jokes after
yeah.
jokes. Like it's there's just a bunch of little subtle ones too.
Hmm.
One thing I caught on Beerfest that caught me, what's his name? Gunter.
Hmm.
The he when there's something that happens and he goes, "What the fuck?" Oh, there's like, did you like? He just it just it's a weird like cutaway. Like it just cuts to him. He's like, "What the fuck?" And it's just like, but there's no what the fuck moment.
Yeah. So with the unrated version, did you got a little bit more scenes than normal, right?
I
Like,
don't know what I got. No, I think the P I got was the goat P a lot.
the there's a scene where they were like restaurant workers, like the cousins,
Yeah,
German
yeah.
cousins. I don't remember that being in the original
I don't
movie.
remember that being either. I
Um,
didn't.
but yeah, I thought that was interesting. The unrated version has a few extra scenes in there. Um, yeah, for Beerfest, what do you got?
13 easily.
Oh yeah, I'm 13 too.
13
13's
easily.
Beerfest. Like as soon as anybody's of age, I'm like, you need to watch this for sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
and I still see colleges still partying like this, so
yeah, yeah,
it's
and
not going away.
even today, if you were to watch this in college, it's still gonna hold up. You know,
Even if you
it's
even if I show this like a 27-year-old right now, I think they'd be like, "Whoa!" But they,
yeah. I mean,
you have
and this isn't like a timepiece or anything. Like
yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're
it's
right. It's just it's like a
it's
story.
one of those like it's almost like because even Animal House is kind of a timepiece,
Right, it is, yeah.
at this point. Like,
Because
but
the
that's because but it wasn't a timepiece probably until like 1990. Like it was probably just like regular until 1990, and then technology started like catching up. I think that's really kind of like the determining factor of like where's your technology at. One thing I forgot to mention: whenever Barry gets so drunk that he just wakes up in a field and he's covered in blood, like oh no, not again. Do you think he turns into a werewolf? Is Barry turning into a werewolf after he gets
probably
drunk so bad?
probably no, that's like his Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde moment.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
he turns into nuts from slamming salmon.
That's so yeah. Oh yeah, dude. That
Yeah.
would be funny. That yeah, bring the characters in.
Hmm.
All right. Well, we got 8 minutes left that we're gonna do. We moved on from Beer League. I think it's an underappreciated movie. If you're by this point, if you've listened to the shows and you understand who I am, where I'm coming from, you might see Beer League as a raunchy, like horrible, just vulgar movie. But you don't have to talk like them. You don't have to repeat what just it's what's a story. Look how like I've never been to New Jersey. I've never been to the East Coast, but like that I've had been to the East Coast, but not like New York and all that. But like for me to say like, oh wow, well, I can relate to that area, and I'm from the Southwest, somehow the Northeast, and I get it.
Yeah, and I think one of so the difference because dirty work in this and beer league are kind of hand in hand. Like you could almost probably say they're probably in the same kind of universe. They're um, but anyway, what I'm getting at is with dirty work, it it seemed a little bit more like somebody saying something about Beerfest not being a coherent story. I thought possibly that could be like a beer league kind of quote. Like if you were to
Hmm.
say that about beer league, I'd be like, you're not you're not completely wrong, but it's still like it does have a way to go. I mean, there's really see that's the thing too. Like there's nothing really at stake. Like at the end of the movie, they're just like, we'll just do the league anyway. Like
Yeah,
we'll just get together. You know, I guess whenever Dirt dies, like that's a moment that kind of brings everybody together and everything like
I mean,
that.
there's a wedding and a funeral, like, and you
Yeah,
only
and you
see
don't
there's
even see the wedding.
a wedding, yeah.
You just go to the funeral. But yeah, dude, it's I guess that's kind of where I'm at. It's like it doesn't feel like there's anything at stake there. Like they could have not taken it seriously, and it doesn't feel like there's any kind of change in Artie's character. You know, at least as far as the league is going, as far as the league is concerned, that's almost just like them playing softball is like a backdrop,
Yeah.
you know, kind of thing. It's not really even that. The one person that takes it seriously is Johnny. Is that right? You know, he's keeping his score. Like
Johnny
he's the only,
Torino
yeah, he's the only one keeping. You know,
as
he's the only one that
averages.
gives a damn about this. Well, and Ralph Macchio too. I guess him and you know, he serious, but I mean, yeah, it's there's not like a big like aha moment that you kind of you almost expect from a movie like that, you know. You do kind of get that in Beerfest. I mean, it's not necessarily that the characters change, but there's a lot at stake. Like,
Yeah.
okay, well, we'll give up our the you know they get the brewery at the end, and that's like all this great moment and all this other stuff. That's um that's kind of how I feel about Beerfest. I'm kind of
I,
justifying my 9 right
yeah.
there.
Okay. For a beer league, right? Because you
Oh,
get 13 beer fest.
you know,
Uh,
beer, whatever,
beer
man.
movie.
They're beer. Oh, that'd be a great movie.
I was just saying we should have done a league of our own and beer league. That would have been two softball movies. Oh no, League of Our Own is a baseball movie. Never mind.
Yeah.
League of Our Own is a baseball, not softball movie.
No
I take
crying
that
in
back.
baseball.
Okay, so where are we going from here? We do a Club Dread.
Oh man, I would love to, but I want to dive a little bit deeper into the horror since
Where
we're
do
in
you want to go?
Halloween,
Where do you want to go?
where
Or
you'll never find me.
yeah,
Um,
you'll see me coming.
that's where it is.
What do you want to watch? What horror? Where do you want to go with this? Tell me where you're thinking. Because this is actually now we're slashing into the side by side, and now
Yep.
we're not doing maybe a connection, but we're going into another direction. So
Yeah,
what's that?
yeah. It's we are
No,
yeah. We're not gonna be.
where
Well, we may.
toss me something. Hurry, what you got? What you got?
I want to do like a slasher movie. I
Slash.
do. Let's do Nightmare on Elm Street. I want that in there.
You want to do a Nightmare
I,
on Elm Street?
I want to do the original. I just want to do the first Nightmare on Elm Street
But
and
who would you
something else.
compare? And what would you compare that to? Do you want to compare it to the remake? You want to do the both of them, the 1984 and the 2010?
I know. Last time you really said you didn't want to do that.
I know, but I mean, if we're gonna do Nightmare on Elm Street, I would want to do. Well, if we're only gonna if we're gonna do it like this, this is a big one for me. This is why I'm like kind of
So
trading. If
you
we're
know,
gonna do, I want to do this. Like I said, I want to do Nightmare on
we
Elm
could do
Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street and Freddy versus Jason. You're absolutely right.
No, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna
Okay.
say
All
Nightmare
right.
on Elm Street because this is gonna be a little different. It'd be a Nightmare on Elm Street, a Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, and then Freddy's New Nightmare. So it'd be
So
three.
those so they would have to be 3.
Yeah, it'd be three, but that's the meat of the story. That's like that is what you need if you want. I just think if we were to do, I don't I like yeah, I'm serious. I don't like
Okay.
disrespecting
Okay.
my
All right. No, no,
things,
no.
but
No, no. We got a couple minutes. Let's plan this out. October is what? 3 more. We have 3 more weeks in October.
yeah.
So, but we can. I mean, we can go into and what? How many? We already did the one Thanksgiving movie that you have. All right.
Oh
Son-in-law last year.
yeah.
So we could dip a little bit into November with our little spookiness that we got going on here. So um
Let's see. Well,
let's
what do you want to start off with? Because I mean, I haven't seen the new Candyman, and we can watch the first one and the new one. There's also, like I said, if we're gonna do, if we do Nightmare on Elm Street, like I want to do all three, or I want to do one and three. Like
one
if
and
you could,
three.
yeah, one. If we're gonna do Nightmare on Elm Street, let's watch one and three.
Would you be okay with like Nightmare on Elm Street versus like Friday the 13th or anything?
We could do that. That you want to do like the originals? Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be something.
And we can I mean, we could duke it out and see which one we think is a better horror movie.
Oh damn! And this is pre Jason because this is Pamela Voorhees.
Yeah.
So if you want it, I do. That'd be something
I mean,
good. Yeah,
that's really kind of getting into the meat of October. I mean, whenever you think of Halloween and everything, you're thinking Freddy and Jason. At least I do.
yeah, they're like the first that
Uh
come to mind.
yeah. So, you know, we could do that. I mean, or we could actually do Halloween. Uh
Oh, that's true. I mean, even at that,
let's
which
let's
one?
let's say that for later on in the month, I think.
Let's see what we can figure
But we
out.
could do we with that one we would do the original and then the remake by Rob Zombie. I
I
think that would be fair, and it's not. I mean, you don't have because Nightmare on Elm Street, you have like that there's a thrive, there's a compassion that you have. Halloween, I don't feel as a passion
So
as much.
so check this out. I found these movies that I thought about watching. It's called The Town That Dreaded Sundown.
Uh huh.
It is from 2014, but it's actually a remake from like 1974. I want to watch both of those, and one like that'd be like they're kind of it's kind of a it's based off of real events that happened up in North Texas,
Uh huh.
and about a guy that killed like six people, and like this kind of it's the same time as like Summer of Sam.
Yeah.
And so like I'm trying to I wouldn't mind doing that either because those are like two gruesome ones. But I mean, there's Blair Witch. We could there's a lot we can go with. Cabins in the Woods.
Oh,
So
Cabin in the
yeah, we could do
Woods.
like we could do that. Yeah. So like if you want to do the Nightmare on Elm Street and the Friday the 13th 1 and 1 head to head, we can do that. There's those movies like Frightmare and the Frightmare remix. The 1988 one I believe, and
Oh,
then the
Fright Night.
yeah, Fright Night. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
Fright Night. Yeah, there's that one. There's a lot of horror movies we can go with. We can do Evil Dead. We could do so whatever you're thinking of, whatever you want. I'm just kind of popping off the top of my head. But if you want, I mean, like I said, I just my thing is like I want to respect my Nightmare on Elm Street,
That's
and
what
if
I'm
we're gonna do it,
saying.
I want to at least do 1 and 3, one versus Halloween, or one versus Friday the 13th, or like 1, 1, 3, and 7. But it's up to you. I mean, there's also Urban Legend. I also thought about because I thought we are gonna do Club Dread, and I was like, we can do I Know What You Did Last Summer, but you also want you want to jump into like some movie. You want
Yeah, I want to get into
let's go
some
let's go
scary
well
stuff.
let's go 70s. There's definitely let's go like 80s slashers
Yeah,
and
that's I think we should. I think we should do a Nightmare on Elm Street versus Friday the
okay,
13th.
we'll go that route. And that I'm just gonna put in horror 80s. Yeah, it's the first one is Nightmare on Elm Street, and it's Nightmare on Elm Street 1, Hellraiser 2, and then Slumber Party Massacre 3, and then Friday the 13th 4. But then on this other top picks for me, it has Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Jason Goes to Manhattan. It has Child's Play and Cobra and Manhunter. That's a good one. Yeah, so let's do Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th the Nightmare on Elm Street, and we're gonna
You
see.
you are you 100% good with this?
Yeah,
Those two that
if
you feel like that respects it? And
or
then
or if you want, I would this other alternate respect would be we watch what the lowest rating one of the franchise and we compare them. So
oh,
that's some
that would actually kind of be in the vein of how what I was wanting to do for a podcast
let's do it. Let's see which is the lowest rated one.
of
So let's
each.
Yeah, so let's just do real quick top ranking. I'm put ranking Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and then whatever this damn thing says, whatever these from worst to best. So I think 6 is going to be the worst one here. So let's see, they have it down. Oh well, the remake, but I don't want to. I don't want to go with the remake because the remakes would be like no. I want to talk about okay. So it says Dream Child, and this one that's number 5. Oh, that one might actually be. So let's see how many times it comes out. There's number 5 came out once as the worst one. It's gonna be that remake is gonna be always the worst one. But I don't want to do that one. Freddy's Dead. See, there it is. Freddy's Dead. So it's gonna be between 6 and 5. So this is gonna be the tiebreaker. This one has the. I'm just going the first 3 on here. So let's see. Sure enough, the damn. Okay. So it's Nightmare on Elm Street 6 would be would be it between the thing I just did. So I'll let you pick. Oh, do you want to do between 5 and 6? Which one would you think? And I know you haven't seen them, so which one do you think?
What was 5?
5 was Dream Child. It's the one where he has a little boy.
Hmm.
And then I have the Friday the 13th coming up. So it's gonna be and then number 6 is the one where you find out that Freddy Krueger has a daughter. And honestly, like for like 80s graphics and it like the cheese ball for the 5th one, it's really nice if you're into that, like I am. A lot of
What's
people aren't.
is it not called? You said it's called Freddy's Dead?
Yeah, Freddy's dead because they actually tried to kill Freddy off. Oh, Jason X. I forgot about this one. So and the
Damn, because it's
remake,
not even popping up on IMDb.
which one? Freddy's dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just called it's Freddy's Dead Last Nightmare or something like that.
Oh, The Last Nightmare?
No, no, I think it's Freddy's Dead. It is. It's Freddy's Dead. Yeah, it's Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare,
Okay.
1991. But let me go through this list real quick. I have where'd it go? Where was I? Friday 13th. So number 5 is gonna be one of those. So Jason X is number 5 because that's I can see that. And then see for Pace Magazine. They have Jason Takes Manhattan. I kind of want you to watch that one. I think I think that one and Jason and Nightmare on Elm Street, like because Freddy's Dead is a little bit more boring. It's a lot of backstory. Where Nightmare on Elm Street 5 it's like a slasher, and I think that would be better. I think we should do um, Nightmare on Elm Street 5, Dream Child, and then we should do
Oh, okay,
uh,
there it is.
and then
I see it now.
Freddy's and then we should do Friday the 13th. We should do part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, because that one is like already a slasher abilities, and a lot of people hate that one. So I would say, yeah, let's do that. Um let's do Nightmare on Elm Street part 5, the Dream Child, and we'll compare it to Friday the 13th part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, because those are going to be 80s, those are going to be cheesy, and those are going to be all over the place, and that'd be a great way for us to go like kind of go down there.
Damn, man. I'm sorry. I'm just looking for these that I'm not finding. Let's see. Takes
Well,
Manhattan. All right.
yeah. So it's Friday the 13th here. I'll put this up real quick, and then we'll move on because we got to go.
All right.
I'm working on our time here, people. Friday the Friday the 13th, which is Jason Takes Manhattan. Yeah, it's Friday the 13th. I have the poster board. Yeah, Friday the 13th, part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan.
All right.
And I do really do like beer league a lot. All right, so here we go. So this is 1989. I think this one is 1988. No, 1991. No, sorry, we're doing Nightmare on Elm Street 5.
All right. Yep. There it is.
Where's it? You found it?
Yep. All right.
Hold on, here we go. I'm gonna introduce them as we go. So here we are. So this is 89 and this one's 89. Oh, they both came out the same year. I'm just gonna go with the Friday the 13th because it started earlier. Friday the 13th, part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, 1989, rated R, 1 hour and 40 minutes. Adventure horror thriller. A boat full of graduating high school students headed to Manhattan accidentally pulled Jason Voorhees along for the ride. Director Rob Hidden, writers Rob Hidden, Victor Miller, based on the character created by. Stars Jason Daggett, Kane Hodder, and Todd Caldecott. We're going to be putting that up against toe to toe with A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. Original title, A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. Or A Nightmare on Elm Street, The Dream Child. 1989, rated R, 1 hour, 29 minutes. Fantasy horror. The pregnant Alice finds Freddy Krueger streaking through the sleeping mind of her unborn child, hoping to be reborn into the real world. Director Stephen Hopkins. Writers Wes Craven. Characters John Skipp. Story Craig Spector. Story. Stars Robert Englund, Lisa Wilcox, and Kelly Joe Mentor. So there we go. And honestly, these are like the end of those series. So there's a lot of story before this, but just watching these movies as straight 80s slashers, just comparing them side to side.
So Jason Takes Manhattan was 1998.
1989.
It said, oh, maybe that's what it said on Roku was 98.
Why are you gonna go by? We have found that.
Oh my gosh, my gosh!
You said it
I'm
wrong.
so sorry.
Your
I'm so
dyslexia kicked
sorry.
in. Did my dyslexia
No,
rub off on you?
no. I think Roku is wrong. Yeah, it says 1998 on there.
Yeah, so it's a 19. It's an 80 slasher. You can't have part 8 when Jason Goes to Hell is in 1990. Like
You could.
I mean, if it was Robo Vampire. But hey, as we end the show, I'm gonna plug in my movie. So I want everybody to know that I wrote a movie and I'm getting everything to do it. Gonna try to shoot soon, called Tacos Burritos. It's terrifyingly evil, starring C.J. Robles, Aisa Lynn, Ty Gwynn, Vic Hernandez. It's terrifyingly evil. When a strange occurrence begins to stalk the residents of a small border town, San Dominguez, Texas, will anybody care? Tacos Burritos, you'll want seconds.
Come and see it.
That's a slasher. And I was just talking to Mona because I had to cancel. I'm sorry, I had to cancel today because my schedule, and it's already 5. We were supposed to do this earlier. It's my fault. But my computer, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. I got a competition and I got to figure out how to get my computer to work. But anyways, I was telling her, and I was like, you know what? When I make this movie, I'm gonna have you and her watch it, and then y'all are gonna do a review on it.
All right, deal.
And it's got to be honest. Um,
Taco,
but
taco, taco burrito.
the flavored taco kisses for my bed.
For me. If you have that in the movie, it's an automatic 13. So if
Oh,
just work that in there.
somehow
Saying
with
it
the
right here.
so it's gonna be like it's gonna
No,
become
I don't even. You don't even have to do this. Just like taco, taco, taco burrito. Just
oh
have that
if I
thumbnail.
just say have to say that.
Yep, that's it.
Okay,
And
that's
then
it.
taco flavored kisses, honey. That's what I want. I want those words in there somewhere. I
Taco
believe in
flavored
you.
kisses. All right,
Taco.
I already got a scene for that. So
All right.
I'm missing something. You just gave it to me.
You're
Just
welcome.
threw me the pass. I got it.
I expect to see written by Benjamin Garrett.
I need my screen. I need my credits now, bastard.
I I
You see, babe,
I said one thing to you.
babe,
I
you see
expect
that?
credit.
Babe, you see that right there? That scene right there with the chocolate flavored kisses? I told him to put that in. He owes me credit. I wrote that movie.
That's me. I did that.
I was there. All right. Anything else you want to say, Ben?
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. We're gonna come back with 80 slasher horror.
But
Yes!
we're gonna have a lot of fun with these for sure.
All right. Talk
For
later.
show.
See
Have a good
everybody.
one.
Peace.
Bye.